I'm joined by Jack Edward. How are you doing today, Jack?
Hi, John. Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, excited for this one. Let's talk a bit of Australian Open finale.
Yeah, fingers crossed we had some drama today in the second match between Rybakina and Pegula, but I'm hoping that a tournament that, I don't know if you feel the same, has been a bit flat because of the straight sets, basically. We haven't had any sort of 5-set dramas in the second week in particular.
Yeah, totally agreed. You could maybe argue there's been a few upsets here and there that would merit a bit more drama, but yeah, in terms of the actual quality of the matches, it's not been that exciting. Yeah, like it definitely needs something to sink our teeth into. The finale promises quite a lot. Obviously, these guys have clashed before, and it's been very exciting in the past. So hopefully, we get a really exciting match. But then we could say the same thing about a few of the other matchups, and it didn't really happen. I suppose we'll get into that, but yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, we will. I mean, you're right. These two have delivered before, probably none more so than that AO final of 23. But I'll come to that in a moment, because first of all, I want to reflect on Sabalenka's run to the final. Much like the tournament, pretty unremarkable. Little wobble against Potapova, particularly on second serve returns that just weren't really working for her. She was also a little bit more vulnerable on serve. She was a double breakup, I think, on Potapova at one point, and that came and went, and she had to go to a tie break. But Sabalenka's got this excellent insurance of winning 20 tie breaks in a row.
Yeah.
Which is just wild.
Broke Djokovic's record.
Yeah, right. 20 Grand Slam tie breaks in a row, should I? Yeah, I know. I saw him respond to that. It's quite amusing.
It was, yeah, really mad. I think, despite that wobble, Sabalenka has been so what's the opposite of wobbly? So stable.
Unflappable.
Yeah, unflappable, yes. Yeah, totally unflappable in the kind of early rounds of the Australian Open for the past 4 years now.
Grand Slams. I think she's reached the quarterfinals every single Grand Slam that she's competed in since Wimbledon 22, I think. Yeah.
But the Australian Open came to mind in particular because I'm now looking at it because I was wrong. It was she dropped one set in previous rounds to the finals in the last 4 years at the Australian Open.
Really?
Yeah.
I know she didn't drop a set this time.
That's how good it is. Yeah. So she lost that one set to Pavlyuchenkova last year. Apart from that, it's all been straight sets. So it's pretty mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. She was a bit fortunate, I remember, in 23, in that she used to have semi-final sort of issues, if you like, but she had a Lynette, which is nice one to finally get over the line.
I got over the hump, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Today she came through a match with Svitolina, which kind of went to the script. It was a 5-1 head-to-head prior to today. It's now 6-1. It just felt like, I think Svitolina had a couple of break points in the first game of the match, but once Aryna held her serve and nerve from that moment onwards, it was one-way traffic.
Yeah, it's not just the matchup that kind of went to script. It's also Svitolina's results in semis. So in Grand Slam semis now, that's 0-4. Hasn't won more than 3 games in a set. Never mind just losing in straight sets. Yeah, so it's like it's been a very kind of one-sided win every time she's got there. So it's pretty clear there's probably a little bit of nerves going on there. She maybe feels the weight at the moment. It's a shame because everybody wants to see. I think Svitolina's a very likeable player, I would imagine. I think everybody quite likes her. I don't know if I'm speaking for everybody there. Everybody would like to see her do something a bit more, but there was that sense of inevitability from the first ball. If we're clutching at straws for one close game at the start of the match where she could have went ahead for a second, then
could have done. Svitolina did get the early break in the second set as well, but it didn't feel real at any point. She soon broke back, did Aryna, and that was that. There was drama though, at least, even if it didn't go 3 sets in the second match, because we had in the second semi-final we had Rybakina serving really well, despite the fact that her second serve or her first serve percentage was quite low, was around about the 50 mark throughout the entire match. But it didn't seem to matter because she was winning 70-odd% on her second serve. That was until the middle to latter point of the second set. She goes up a break. She's leading 5-3, is on the Pegula serve. She has 3 match points, and I think on each of the match points, if not every single one, but certainly in those crucial moments, Rybakina's forehand decided to go for a wander, just like the ball being sprayed off it. She doesn't break, but it doesn't matter because she's got the chance to serve it out. She gets to 30 all. Again, the forehand is wobbling. This time as well, Pegula is stepping in more than ever before. She wasn't cautious on the second serve in the first set, Pegula, but it seemed to take her a set and a half to realize, oh, wow, I can really make inroads on this second serve by stepping even further in, because I found her at one point in the first set where she was right on the baseline, if not just inside, before, getting ready for the serve. And then she decided to take a step back. And so now, although the contact point was inside the baseline, her starting position was outside. In the second set, when she really was making inroads on the Rybakina serve, breaking twice in a row on both occasions, Rybakina trying to serve it out, she was really stepping in it on a big way. And it was an inroad for her to force the tiebreak. And of course, the mental side of it as well, Jack. 3 match points had come and gone as well for Rybakina. Yeah. So she did well to recover in a way.
I think a very quick kind of coaching moment there is, it's sure. Very easy to look at these players and kind of be like, well, why didn't you just step in from the start? Is it that easy? Surely you're a good enough tennis player to figure that out. But I think very much with players, there's always these twos and fro's and momentum and obviously how tight you are. And I think for Pegula to then sense that from Rybakina, it made sense risk-wise to take it on a bit earlier, rush the forehand a little bit. So I think she obviously played a very smart game to kind of step up the aggression at that time. If you keep doing that, you're going to miss some returns. But you could obviously, she sensed, she was literally pouncing, I guess, at that point in the match. And it got very close. Obviously, there was a couple of set points, and it could have went the other way quite easily for that set at least. Yeah. And we might have got a third set in the latter stages of the slam.
I know, and then it would have been another sort of mental thing. And also Pegula was playing better as well, although the forehand from her, it was also a case of maybe waiting for an unforced error from one player or the other, because although Pegula did step up a bit, in the rallies, her forehand was also letting her down on a couple of occasions. But you're right, it gets to 4-2 Rybakina in the tiebreak, and every 5 or 10 minutes, we're getting that little update, how many minutes it was since that third and final match point, and it was 15, 20. I think it got to 27 minutes at the 4-2 change of ends. And then Pegula gets the mini break back. I think she might even get to 5-4. She certainly gets set points, one of which was on her own serve at 6-5. But ultimately, Rybakina gets over the line. And she was the better player for 90% of the match. So it was deserving. But boy, we could easily have gone 3.
Yeah, 100%. You're right. She went up 5-4 and had one on her own serve. For me anyway, it's quite good to see. Obviously, Rybakina's been on a really good kind of run of form, of very late, but it kind of been a while since she made an impact at the slams, and you kind of always sense she should be doing better than she was. I don't think she got to a quarter last year. Is that right? She only got as far as the 4th round.
4th round loss to Keys, I think, albeit that Keys was on the beginning of that, or the beginning or middle part of that incredible run.
Obviously some unlucky draws in a way. You've got ego in the frame as well.
True, but then she lost a Wimbledon semi to Krejcikova inexplicably in 2024, and there would be other losses that you'd be like, you just couldn't rely on her in the same way that you could Aryna and Iga at slams that were just always getting to quarters and beyond. Totally. But her peak level, and she's now going to go up to number 3 in the world, irrespective of what happens on Saturday. Her peak level is 3 in the world, I think, maybe even joint first with, depending on the conditions, etc., with Iga and Aryna.
It depends a little on the conditions. Obviously, she's obviously up there as the 3rd kind of biggest hitter in the world. If you can maybe argue that's maybe simplifying it a bit, but certainly if you compare her to like Coco, she's going to be amazing on clay. For me, she's a better player than Coco on a faster court for sure.
She's such a clean ball striker, Jack.
Definitely, for her to be floating around the kind of 9-10 mark, kind of halfway through last year, didn't really feel right to me, and it's quite good to see her at least back in the top 5, whatever the case. Definitely 100% a top 5 player, whatever.
Indeed. All right, well, you can see the head-to-head on the screen, 8-6 in Aryna's favour. The most memorable one, I think, would be that Australian Open Final. because the nerves were putting, or the pressure was just a little bit more on Aryna that day, having not won a Grand Slam until then and threatened to do so many times. But the most recent match was at the WTA finals when Rybakina's level was just off the charts. I remember Sabalenka post-match just kind of, she won the tiebreak 7-0, by the way, which given Sabalenka's incredible tiebreak record in Grand Slams is kind of a bit of a surprise. But I remember Sabalenka saying to her team in what we thought was an off-camera moment, or she probably thought it, not the first time in tennis that's happened, but that's a topic for a different day. She said that she just couldn't believe that Rybakina was just everything Rybakina went for was coming off, and that can frustrate opponents, and it certainly frustrated Aryna that day. But it didn't feel like there was a huge gap between the two players, as probably the scoreline to some extent suggests. I think it's a really hard one to call on a hard court in particular.
Yeah, let's maybe take the conditions in Riyadh with a pinch of salt. It's indoors. It's going to be easier on the serve. Definitely historically, nowadays, Rybakina's serve is maybe a little looser than Sabalenka's. You maybe trust, ironically, where Sabalenka was before, but you maybe trust Sabalenka's serve a bit more on a hard court in general. But indoors, it's like you get so much time, nothing's kind of unclean. You can kind of get a clean strike every time. And as you say, Rybakina's such a clean ball striker. When there's nothing kind of messing with that, it's quite easy for her to just be untouchable sometimes. Where it's a little different in Australia. There's other factors that play. Little in the temperature as well is going to make a difference, given the temperatures that we've had recently. I still let's keep it really simple. Sabalenka's been amazing here recently. I would trust her for sure to bring out her best level compared to Rybakina. If they're both playing out their best, I still think Sabalenka wins it.
Yeah, I think so. And I think we saw that in 2023, where Sabalenka could eventually get her, her composure together. And once that was together in sets 2 and 3 for her, we saw that in this environment, and this is her home now that she's made it her home since then, 4 finals in a row. I think she just edges this in 3.
Yeah. So you're thinking a kind of repeat of
something like that, yeah. I think Elena, by the way, is probably playing her best tennis, maybe at least on a consistent basis, since 2023, and maybe since that run to the final. I mean, she's not been in the Grand Slam final since then, which is criminal over 3 years for her to not have been in a final, which is given her level. But and given her level across at least 3 of the 4 Grand Slams, New York has always been a bit underwhelming for her. But yeah, I am going for a similar, hopefully a crazy, unbelievable. The best thing about that final as well wasn't just because it was too hard. The level was pretty good throughout. We often talk about in tennis is the level at a peak level from both players at the same time. And I think at times in that match that did occur.
It did happen, yeah. It's mad actually when you talk about Rybakina's kind of record at slams, and actually it's not as amazing as you kind of first think.
Right.
So you're talking about not getting to a final since then, but she has only been into 2 finals prior. And is there a reason for that? Is there slight nerves sometimes, maybe in the latter stages of the slams? Often she's going out earlier than the quarters anyway. She's not actually made tons of quarters in her life either. So probably more pressure is going to be on her. Sabalenka is now, it's like happy hunting ground. She's not really got a reason to be nervous. She'll be very comfortable here, having been here for the last 4 years. And I think after last year, she'll be kind of wanting to make amends, so she'll come out pretty fiery. So I'm going to back Sabalenka, I think.
Me too.
Maybe even straight sets, John.
Cool. Thanks, Jack. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too, John. Good to speak. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
I'm joined by Jack Edward. How are you doing today, Jack?
Hi, John. Yeah, good. Thank you. Yeah, excited for this one. Let's talk a bit of Australian Open finale.
Yeah, fingers crossed we had some drama today in the second match between Rybakina and Pegula, but I'm hoping that a tournament that, I don't know if you feel the same, has been a bit flat because of the straight sets, basically. We haven't had any sort of 5-set dramas in the second week in particular.
Yeah, totally agreed. You could maybe argue there's been a few upsets here and there that would merit a bit more drama, but yeah, in terms of the actual quality of the matches, it's not been that exciting. Yeah, like it definitely needs something to sink our teeth into. The finale promises quite a lot. Obviously, these guys have clashed before, and it's been very exciting in the past. So hopefully we get a really exciting match. But then we could say the same thing about a few of the other matchups, and It didn't really happen. I suppose there's. Well, we'll get into that, but yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, we will. I mean, you're right. These two have delivered before, probably none more so than that AO final of 23. But I'll come to that in a moment because, first of all, I want to reflect on Sabalenka's run to the final. Much like the tournament, pretty unremarkable. Little wobble against Potapova, particularly on second serve returns that just weren't really working for her. She was also a little bit more vulnerable on serve. She was a double breakup, I think, on Potapova at one point, and that came and went, and she had to go to a tie break. But Sabalenka's got this excellent insurance of winning 20 tie breaks in a row, which is just wild.
Broke Djokovic's record.
Yeah, right. 20 Grand Slam tie breaks in a row, should I? Yeah, I know. I saw him respond to that. It's quite amusing.
It was, yeah. Really mad. I think, despite that wobble, Sabalenka has been so what's the opposite of wobbly? So stable.
Unflappable.
Unflappable, yes. Yeah, totally unflappable in the kind of early rounds of the Australian Open for the past 4 years now.
Grand Slams. I think she's reached the quarterfinals every single Grand Slam that she's competed in since Wimbledon 22, I think. Yeah.
But the Australian Open came to mind in particular because I'm now looking at it because I was wrong. There's one. She dropped one set in previous rounds to the finals in the last 4 years at the Australian Open.
Really?
Yeah.
I know she didn't drop a set this time.
That's how good it is. Yeah. So she lost that one set to Pavlyuchenkova last year. Apart from that, it's all been straight sets. So it's pretty mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. She was a bit fortunate, I remember, in 23 in that she used to have semi-final sort of issues, if you like, but she had a Lynette, which is nice one to finally get over the line.
That got over the hump,
Yeah, exactly. Today she came through a match with Svitolina, which kind of went to the script. It was a 5-1 head-to-head prior to today. It's now 6-1. It just felt like, I mean, I think Svitolina had a couple of break points in the first game of the match, but once Aryna held her serve and nerve from that moment onwards, it was one-way traffic.
Yeah, it's not just the matchup that kind of went to script. It's also Svitolina's results in semis. So in Grand Slam semis now, that's 0-4. Hasn't won more than 3 games in a set. Never mind just losing in straight sets. Yeah, so it's been a very kind of one-sided win every time she's got there. So it's it's pretty clear there's probably a little bit of nerves going on there. She maybe feels the weight at the moment. It's a shame because everybody wants to see. I think Svitolina's a very likeable player, I would imagine. I think everybody quite likes her. I don't know if I'm speaking for everybody there. Everybody would like to see her do something a bit more, but there was that sense of inevitability from the first ball. If we're clutching at straws for one close game at the start of the match where she could have went ahead for a second, then
could have done. I mean, Svitolina did get the early break in the second set as well, but it didn't feel real at any point. I mean, she soon broke back, did Aryna, and that was that. There was drama though, at least, even if it didn't go 3 sets in the second match, because we had in the second semi-final we had Rybakina serving really well, despite the fact that her second serve or her first serve percentage in was quite low, was around about the 50 mark throughout the entire match. But it didn't seem to matter because she was winning 70% on her second serve. That was until the middle to latter point of the second set. She goes up a break. She's leading 5-3, is on the Pegula serve. She has 3 match points. And I think on each of the match points, if not every single one, but certainly in those crucial moments, Rybakina's forehand decided to go for a wander, just like the ball being sprayed off it. She doesn't break, but it doesn't matter because she's got the chance to serve it out. She gets to 30 all. Again, the forehand is wobbling. This time as well, Pegula is stepping in more than ever before. She wasn't cautious on the second serve in the first set, Pegula, but it seemed to take her a set and a half to realize, oh, wow, I can really make inroads on this second serve by stepping even further in, because I found her at one point in the first set where she was right on the baseline, if not just inside, before, getting ready for the serve. And then she decided to take a step back. And so now, although the contact point was inside the baseline, her starting position was outside. In the second set, when she really was making inroads on the Rybakina serve, breaking twice in a row on both occasions, Rybakina trying to serve it out, she was really stepping in on a big way. And it was an inroad for her to force the tiebreak. And of course, the mental side of it as well, Jack. 3 match points had come and gone as well for Rybakina,
Yeah.
so she did well to recover in a way.
I think a very quick kind of coaching moment there is, it's sure. Very easy to look at these players and kind of be like, well, why didn't you just step in from the start? Is it that easy? Surely you're a good enough tennis player to figure that out. But I think very much with players, there's always these twos and fro's and momentum, and obviously how tight you are. And I think for Pegula to then sense that from Rybakina, it made sense risk-wise to take it on a bit earlier, rush the forehand a little bit. So I think she obviously played a very smart game to kind of step up the aggression at that time. If you keep doing that, you're going to miss some returns. But you could obviously, she sensed, she was literally pouncing, I guess, at that point in the match. And it got very close. Obviously, there was a couple of set points, and
yes,
it could have went the other way quite easily for that set at least. Yeah. And we might have got a third set in the latter stages of the
slam. I know, and then it would have been another sort of mental thing. And also Pegula was playing better as well, although the forehand from her, it was also a case of maybe waiting for an unforced error from one player or the other, because although Pegula did step up a bit, in the rallies, her forehand was also letting her down on a couple of occasions. But you're right, it gets to 4-2 Rybakina in the tiebreak, and every 5 or 10 minutes, we're getting that little update, how many minutes it was since that third and final match point, and it was 15, 20. I think it got to 27 minutes at the 4-2 change of ends. Mm-hmm. And then Pegula gets the mini break back. I think she might even get to 5-4. She certainly gets set points, one of which was on her own serve at 6-5. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, Rybakina gets over the line. And she was the better player for 90% of the match. So it was deserving. But boy, we could easily have gone 3.
Yeah, 100%. You're right. She went up 5-4 and had one on her own serve. For me anyway, it's quite good to see. Obviously, Rybakina's been on a really good kind of run of form, of very late, but it kind of been a while since she made an impact at the slams, and you kind of always sense she should be doing better than she was. Yeah. I don't think she got to a quarter last year. Is that right? She only got as far as the fourth round.
Fourth round loss to Keys, I think, albeit that Keys was on the beginning of that, or the beginning or middle part of that incredible run.
Obviously some unlucky draws in a way. You've got Iga in the frames as well.
True, but then she lost a Wimbledon semi to Krejcikova inexplicably in 2024, and there would be other losses that you'd be like, you just couldn't rely on her in the same way that you could Aryna and Iga at slams that were just always getting to quarters and beyond. Totally. But her peak level, and she's now going to go up to number 3 in the world, irrespective of what happens on Saturday. Her peak level is 3 in the world, I think, maybe even joint first with, depending on the conditions, etc., with Iga and Aryna.
It depends a little on the conditions. Obviously, she's obviously up there as the third kind of biggest hitter in the world. If you can maybe argue that's maybe simplifying it a bit, but certainly if you compare her to like Coco, it's going to be amazing on clay. For me, she's a better player than Coco on a faster court for sure.
She's such a clean ball striker, Jack.
Yeah, definitely. For her to be floating around the kind of 9-10 mark, kind of halfway through last year, it didn't really feel right to me, and it's quite good to see her at least back in the top 5, whatever the case. Definitely 100% a top 5 player, whatever.
Indeed. All right, well, you can see the head-to-head on the screen, 8-6 in Aryna's favour. The most memorable one, I think, would be that Australian Open Final, because the nerves were or the pressure was just a little bit more on Aryna that day, having not won a Grand Slam until then and threatened to do so many times. But the most recent match was at the WTA Finals when Rybakina's level was just off the charts. I remember Sabalenka post-match just kind of... she won the tiebreak 7-0, by the way, which, given Sabalenka's incredible tiebreak record in Grand Slams, is kind of a bit of a surprise. But I remember Sabalenka saying to her team in what we thought was an off-camera moment, or she probably thought it, not the first time in tennis that's happened, but that's a topic for a different day. She said that she just couldn't believe that Rybakina was just everything Rybakina went for was coming off, and that can frustrate opponents, and it certainly frustrated Aryna that day. But it didn't feel like there was a huge gap between the two players, as probably the scoreline to some extent suggests. I think it's a really hard one to call on a hard court in particular.
Yeah, let's maybe take the conditions in Riyadh with a pinch of salt. It's indoors. It's going to be easier on the serve. Definitely historically. Nowadays, Rybakina's serve is maybe a little looser than Sabalenka's. You maybe trust, ironically, where Sabalenka was before. But you maybe trust Sabalenka's serve a bit more on a hard court in general. But indoors, it's like you get so much time. Nothing's kind of unclean. You can kind of get a clean strike every time. And as you say, Rybakina's such a clean ball striker. When there's nothing kind of messing with that, it's quite easy for her to just be untouchable sometimes. Where It's a little different in Australia. There's other factors that play. Little in the temperature as well is going to make a difference, given the temperatures that we've had recently. I still let's keep it really simple. Sabalenka has been amazing here recently. I would trust her for sure to bring out her best level compared to Rybakina. If they're both playing at their best, I still think Sabalenka wins it.
Yeah, I think so. And I think we saw that in 2023, where Sabalenka could eventually get her, her composure together. And once that was together in sets 2 and 3 for her, we saw that in this environment, and this is her home now that she's made it her home since then, 4 finals in a row. I think she just edges this in 3.
Yeah. So you're thinking a kind of repeat of
something like that, yeah. I think Elena, by the way, is probably playing her best tennis, maybe at least on a consistent basis, since 2023, and maybe since that run to the final. I mean, she's not been in the Grand Slam final since then, which is criminal over 3 years for her to not have been in a final, which is given her level. But and given her level across at least 3 of the 4 Grand Slams, New York has always been a bit underwhelming for her. But yeah, I am going for a similar, hopefully a crazy, unbelievable. The best thing about that final as well wasn't just because it was too hard. The level was pretty good throughout. We often talk about in tennis is the level at a peak level from both players at the same time. And I think at times in that match that did occur.
It did happen, yeah. It's mad actually when you talk about Rybakina's kind of record at slams, and actually it's not as amazing as you kind of first think.
Right.
So you're talking about not getting to a final since then, but she has only been into 2 finals prior. And is there a reason for that? Is there slight nerves sometimes, maybe in the latter stages of the slams? Often she's going out earlier than the quarters anyway. She's not actually made tons of quarters in her life either. So probably more pressure is going to be on her. Sabalenka is now, it's like happy hunting ground. She's not really got a reason to be nervous. She'll be very comfortable here, having been here for the last 4 years. And I think after last year, she'll be kind of wanting to make amends, so she'll come out pretty fiery. So I'm going to back Sabalenka, I think.
Me too.
Maybe even straight sets, John.
Cool. Thanks, Jack. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too, John. Good to speak. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
I'm joined by Jack Edward. How are you doing today, Jack?
Hi, John. Yeah, good. Thank you. Yeah, excited for this one. Let's talk a bit of Australian Open finale.
Yeah, fingers crossed we had some drama today in the second match between Rybakina and Pegula, but I'm hoping that a tournament that, I don't know if you feel the same, has been a bit flat because of the straight sets, basically. We haven't had any sort of 5-set dramas in the second week in particular.
Yeah, totally agreed. You could maybe argue there's been a few upsets here and there that would merit a bit more drama, but yeah, in terms of the actual quality of the matches, it's not been that exciting. Yeah, like it definitely needs something to sink our teeth into. The finale promises quite a lot. Obviously, these guys have clashed before, and it's been very exciting in the past. So hopefully, we get a really exciting match. But then we could say the same thing about a few of the other matchups, and it didn't really happen. I suppose we'll get into that. But yeah, hopefully,
we will. I mean, you're right. These two have delivered before, probably none more so than that AO final of 23. But I'll come to that in a moment, because first of all, I want to reflect on Sabalenka's run to the final. Much like the tournament, pretty unremarkable. Little wobble against Potapova, particularly on second serve returns that just weren't really working for her. She was also a little bit more vulnerable on serve. She was a double breakup, I think, on Potapova at one point, and that came and went, and she had to go to a tie break. But Sabalenka's got this excellent insurance of winning 20 tie breaks in a row.
Yeah.
Which is just wild.
Broke Djokovic's record.
Yeah, right. 20 Grand Slam tie breaks in a row, should I? Yeah, I know. I saw him respond to that. It's quite amusing.
It was, yeah. Really mad. I think, despite that wobble, Sabalenka has been so what's the opposite of wobbly? So stable.
Unflappable.
Yeah, unflappable, yes. Totally unflappable in the kind of early rounds of the Australian Open for the past 4 years now.
Grand Slams. I think she's reached the quarterfinals every single Grand Slam that she's competed in since Wimbledon 22, I think.
Yeah. But the Australian Open came to mind in particular because I'm now looking at it because I was wrong. There's one she dropped one set in previous rounds to the finals in the last 4 years at the Australian Open.
Really?
Yeah.
I know
So
she didn't drop the set this time.
that's how good it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she lost that one set to Pavlyuchenkova last year. Apart from that, it's all been straight sets. So it's pretty mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. She was a bit fortunate, I remember, in 23, in that she used to have semi-final sort of issues, if you like, but she had a Lynette, which is a nice one to finally get over the line.
That got over the hump, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Today she came through a match with Svitolina, which kind of went to the script. It was a 5-1 head-to-head prior to today. It's now 6-1. It just felt like, I mean, I think Svitolina had a couple of break points in the first game of the match, but once Aryna held her serve and nerve from that moment onwards, it was one-way traffic.
Yeah, it's not just the matchup that kind of went to script. It's also Svitolina's results in semis. So in Grand Slam semis now, that's 0-4. Hasn't won more than 3 games in a set. Never mind just losing in straight sets. Yeah, so it's like it's been a very kind of one-sided win every time she's got there. So it's it's pretty clear there's probably a little bit of nerves going on there. She maybe feels the weight at the moment. It's a shame because everybody wants to see. I think Svitolina's a very likeable player, I would imagine. I think everybody quite likes her. I don't know if I'm speaking for everybody there. Everybody would like to see her do something a bit more, but there was that sense of inevitability from the first ball. If we're clutching at straws for one close game at the start of the match where she could have went ahead for a second, then
could have done. I mean, Svitolina did get the early break in the second set as well, but it didn't feel real at any point. I mean, she soon broke back, did Aryna, and that was that. There was drama though, at least, even if it didn't go 3 sets in the second match, because we had in the second semi-final we had Rybakina serving really well, despite the fact that her second serve or her first serve percentage in was quite low. It was around about the 50 mark throughout the entire match. But it didn't seem to matter because she was winning 70-odd% on her second serve. That was until the middle to latter point of the second set. She goes up a break. She's leading 5-3, is on the Pegula serve. She has 3 match points. And I think on each of the match points, if not every single one, but certainly in those crucial moments, Rybakina's forehand decided to go for a wander, just like the ball being sprayed off it. She doesn't break, but it doesn't matter because she's got the chance to serve it out. She gets to 30 all. Again, the forehand is wobbling. This time as well, Pegula is stepping in more than ever before. She wasn't cautious on the second serve in the first set, Pegula, but it seemed to take her a set and a half to realize, oh, wow, I can really make inroads on this second serve by stepping even further in, because I found her at one point in the first set where she was right on the baseline, if not just inside, before, getting ready for the serve. And then she decided to take a step back. And so now, although the contact point was inside the baseline, her starting position was outside. In the second set, when she really was making inroads on the Rybakina serve, breaking twice in a row on both occasions, Rybakina trying to serve it out, she was really stepping in it on a big way. And it was an inroad for her to force the tiebreak. And of course, the mental side of it as well, Jack. 3 match points had come and gone as well for Rybakina. So she did well to recover in a way.
I think a very quick kind of coaching moment there is, it's very easy to look at these players and kind of be like, well, why didn't you just step in from the start? It's like that easy, surely you're a good enough tennis player to figure that out. But I think very much with players, there's always these to's and fro's and momentum and obviously how tight you are. And I think for Pegula to then sense that from Rybakina, it made sense risk-wise to take it on a bit earlier, rush the forehand a little bit. So I think she obviously played a very smart game to kind of step up the aggression at that time. If you keep doing that, you're going to miss some returns. But you could obviously, she sensed, she was literally pouncing, I guess, at that point in the match. And it got very close. Obviously, there was a couple of set points, and it could have went the other way quite easily for that set at least. Yeah. And we might have got a third set in the last stages of the slam.
I know, and then it would have been another sort of mental thing. And also Pegula was playing better as well, although the forehand from her, it was also a case of maybe waiting for an unforced error from one player or the other, because although Pegula did step up a bit, in the rallies, her forehand was also letting her down on a couple of occasions. But you're right, it gets to 4-2 Rybakina in the tiebreak, and every 5 or 10 minutes, we're getting that little update, how many minutes it was since that third and final match point, and it was 15, 20. I think it got to 27 minutes at the 4-2 change of ends. And then Pegula gets the mini break back. I think she might even get to 5-4. She certainly gets set points, one of which was on her own serve at 6-5. But ultimately, Rybakina gets over the line. And she was the better player for 90% of the match. So it was deserving. But boy, we could easily have gone 3.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you're right. She went up 5-4 and had one on her own serve. You know, for me anyway, it's quite good to see. Obviously, Rybakina's been on a really good kind of run of form. Of very late, but it kind of been a while since she made an impact at the slams, and you kind of always sense she should be doing better than she was. I don't think she got to a quarter last year. Is that right? She only got as far as the 4th round.
4th round loss to Keys, I think, albeit that Keys was on the beginning of that, or the beginning or middle part of that incredible run. You know,
obviously some unlucky draws in a way. You know, you've got ego in the frames as well.
True, but then she lost a Wimbledon semi to Krejcikova inexplicably in 2024, and there would be other losses that you'd be like, you just couldn't rely on her in the same way that you could Aryna and Iga at slams that were just always getting to quarters and beyond. Totally. But her peak level, and she's now going to go up to number 3 in the world, irrespective of what happens on Saturday. Her peak level is 3 in the world, I think, maybe even joint first with, depending on the conditions, etc., with Iga and Aryna.
It depends a little on the conditions. Obviously, she's obviously, you know, up there as the 3rd kind of biggest hitter in the world. If you can maybe argue that's maybe simplifying it a bit, but certainly if you compare her to like Coco, it's going to be amazing on clay. You know, for me, she's a better player than Coco on a faster court for sure.
She's such a clean ball striker, Jack.
Yeah, definitely. So for her to be floating around the kind of 9-10 mark, kind of halfway through last year, didn't really feel right to me, and it's quite good to see her at least back in the top 5, whatever the case. You know, definitely 100% a top 5 player, whatever.
Indeed. All right. Well, you can see the head-to-head on the screen, 8-6 in Aryna's favour. The most memorable one, I think, would be that Australian Open Final, because the nerves were or the pressure was just a little bit more on Aryna that day, having not won a Grand Slam until then and threatened to do so many times. But the most recent match was at the WTA Finals when Rybakina's level was just off the charts. I remember Sabalenka post-match just kind of... she won the tiebreak 7-0, by the way, which, given Sabalenka's incredible tiebreak record in Grand Slams, is kind of a bit of a surprise. But I remember Sabalenka saying to her team in what we thought was an off-camera moment, or she probably thought it, not the first time in tennis that's happened, but that's a topic for a different day. She said that she just couldn't believe that Rybakina was just everything Rybakina went for was coming off, and that can frustrate opponents, and it certainly frustrated Aryna that day. But it didn't feel like there was a huge gap between the two players, as probably the scoreline to some extent suggests. I think it's a really hard one to call on a hard court in particular.
Let's maybe take the conditions in Riyadh with a pinch of salt. You know, it's indoors. It's going to be easier on the serve. Definitely historically, nowadays, Rybakina's serve is maybe a little looser than Sabalenka's. You know, you maybe trust, ironically, you know, where Sabalenka was before, but you maybe trust Sabalenka's serve a bit more on a hard court in general. But indoors, it's like you get so much time, nothing's kind of unclean. You can kind of get a clean strike every time. And as you say, Rybakina is such a clean ball striker. When there's nothing kind of messing with that, it's quite easy for her to just be untouchable sometimes. Where it's a little different in Australia. There's other factors that play. Little in the temperature as well is going to make a difference, given the temperatures that we've had recently. I still, let's keep it really simple. Sabalenka's been amazing here recently. I would trust her for sure to bring out her best level compared to Rybakina. If they're both playing at their best, I still think Sabalenka wins.
Yeah, I think so. And I think we saw that in 2023, where Sabalenka could eventually get her, you know, her composure together. And once that was together in sets 2 and 3 for her, we saw that in this environment, and this is her home now, that she's made it her home since then, 4 finals in a row. I think she just edges this in 3.
Yeah. So you're thinking a kind of repeat of...
Something like that, yeah. I think Elena, by the way, is probably playing her best tennis, maybe at least on a consistent basis, since 2023, and maybe since that run to the final. I mean, she's not been in a Grand Slam final since then, which is criminal over 3 years for her to not have been in a final, which is given her level. But and given her level across at least 3 of the 4 Grand Slams, New York has always been a bit underwhelming for her. But yeah, I am going for a similar, hopefully a crazy, unbelievable. The best thing about that final as well wasn't just because it was too hard. The level was pretty good throughout. We often talk about in tennis is the level at a peak level from both players at the same time. And I think at times in that match, that did occur.
It did happen, yeah. It's mad actually when you talk about Rybakina's kind of record at slams, and actually it's not as amazing as you kind of first think.
Right.
So you're talking about not getting to a final since then, but she has only been into 2 finals prior. And is there a reason for that? Is there slight nerves sometimes, maybe in the latter stages of the slams? Often she's going out earlier than the quarters anyway. She's not actually made tons of quarters in her life either. So probably more pressure is going to be on her. Sabalenka is now, it's like happy hunting ground. She's not really got a reason to be nervous. She'll be very comfortable here, having been here for the last 4 years. And I think after last year, she'll be kind of wanting to make amends, so she'll come out pretty fiery. So I'm going to back Sabalenka, I think.
Me too.
Maybe even straight sets, John.
Cool. Thanks, Jack. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too, John. Good to speak. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
I'm joined by Jack Edward. How are you doing today, Jack?
Hi, John. Yeah, good. Thank you. Yeah, excited for this one. Let's talk a bit of Australian Open finale.
Yeah, fingers crossed we had some drama today in the second match between Rybakina and Pegula, but I'm hoping that a tournament that, I don't know if you feel the same, has been a bit flat because of the straight sets, basically. We haven't had any sort of 5-set dramas in the second week in particular.
Yeah, totally agreed. You could maybe argue there's been a few upsets here and there that would merit a bit more drama, but yeah, in terms of the actual quality of the matches, it's not been that exciting. Yeah, like it definitely needs something to sink our teeth into. The finale promises quite a lot. Obviously, these guys have clashed before, and it's been very exciting in the past. So hopefully, we get a really exciting match. But then we could say the same thing about a few of the other matchups, and it didn't really happen. I suppose we'll get into that. But yeah, hopefully,
we will. I mean, you're right. These two have delivered before, probably none more so than that AO final of 23. But I'll come to that in a moment, because first of all, I want to reflect on Sabalenka's run to the final. Much like the tournament, pretty unremarkable. Little wobble against Potapova, particularly on second serve returns that just weren't really working for her. She was also a little bit more vulnerable on serve. She was a double breakup, I think, on Potapova at one point, and that came and went, and she had to go to a tie break. But Sabalenka's got this excellent insurance of winning 20 tie breaks in a row.
Yeah.
Which is just wild.
Broke Djokovic's record.
Yeah, right. 20 Grand Slam tie breaks in a row, should I? Yeah, I know. I saw him respond to that. It's quite amusing.
It was, yeah. Really mad. I think, despite that wobble, Sabalenka has been so what's the opposite of wobbly? So stable.
Unflappable.
Yeah, unflappable, yes. Yeah, totally unflappable in the kind of early rounds of the Australian Open for the past 4 years now.
Grand Slams. I think she's reached the quarterfinals every single Grand Slam that she's competed in since Wimbledon 22, I think.
Yeah. But the Australian Open came to mind in particular because I'm now looking at it because I was wrong. There's one, she dropped one set in previous rounds to the finals in the last 4 years at the Australian Open.
Really?
Yeah.
I know she didn't drop a set this time.
That's how good it is. Yeah. So she lost that one set to Pavlyuchenkova last year. Apart from that, it's all been straight sets. So it's pretty mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. She was a bit fortunate, I remember, in 23, in that she used to have semi-final sort of issues, if you like, but she had a Lynette, which is nice one to finally get over the line.
That got over the hump, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Today she came through a match with Svitolina, which kind of went to the script. It was a 5-1 head-to-head prior to today. It's now 6-1. It just felt like, I mean, I think Svitolina had a couple of break points in the first game of the match, but once Aryna held her serve and nerve from that moment onwards, it was one-way traffic.
Yeah, it's not just the matchup that kind of went to script. It's also Svitolina's results in semis. So in Grand Slam semis now, that's 0-4.
Yeah.
Hasn't won more than 3 games in a set. Never mind just losing in straight sets. Yeah, okay. So it's like it's been a very kind of one-sided win every time she's got there. So it's it's pretty clear there's probably a little bit of nerves going on there. She maybe feels the weight at the moment. It's a shame because everybody wants to see. I think Svitolina is a very likable player, I would imagine. I think everybody quite likes her. I don't know if I'm speaking for everybody there. Everybody would like to see her do something a bit more, but there was that sense of inevitability from the first ball. If we're clutching at straws for one close game at the start of the match where she could have went ahead for a second, then yeah,
could have done. I mean, Svitolina did get the early break in the second set as well, but it didn't feel real at any point. I mean, she soon broke back, did Aryna, and that was that. There was drama though, at least, even if it didn't go 3 sets in the second match, because we had in the second semi-final we had Rybakina serving really well, despite the fact that her second serve or her first serve percentage in was quite low, was around about the 50 mark throughout the entire match. But it didn't seem to matter because she was winning 70-odd% on her second serve. That was until the middle to latter point of the second set. She goes up a break. She's leading 5-3, is on the Pegula serve. She has 3 match points, and I think on each of the match points, if not every single one, but certainly in those crucial moments, Rybakina's forehand decided to go for a wander, just like the ball being sprayed off it. She doesn't break, but it doesn't matter because she's got the chance to serve it out. She gets to 30 all. Again, the forehand is wobbling. This time as well, Pegula is stepping in more than ever before. She wasn't cautious on the second serve in the first set, Pegula, but it seemed to take her a set and a half to realize, oh, wow, I can really make inroads on this second serve by stepping even further in, because I found her at one point in the first set where she was right on the baseline, if not just inside, before, getting ready for the serve. And then she decided to take a step back. And so now, although the contact point was inside the baseline, her starting position was outside. In the second set, when she really was making inroads on the Rybakina serve, breaking twice in a row on both occasions, Rybakina trying to serve it out, she was really stepping in on a big way. And it was an inroad for her to force the tiebreak. And of course, the mental side of it as well, Jack. 3 match points had come and gone as well for Rybakina, so she did well to recover in a way.
I think a very quick kind of coaching moment there is, it's very easy to look at these players and kind of be like, well, why didn't you just step in from the start? Is it that easy? Surely you're a good enough tennis player to figure that out. But I think very much with players, there's always these twos and fro's and momentum, and obviously how tight you are. And I think for Pegula to then sense that from Rybakina, it made sense risk-wise to take it on a bit earlier, rush the forehand a little bit. So I think she obviously played a very smart game to kind of step up the aggression at that time. If you keep doing that, you're going to miss some returns. But you could obviously, she sensed, she was literally pouncing, I guess, at that point in the match. And it got very close. Obviously, there was a couple of set points, and it could have went the other way quite easily for that set at least. Yeah. And we might have got a third set in the latter stages of the slam.
I know, and then it would have been another sort of mental thing. And also, I'm joined by Jack Edward. How are you doing today, Jack?
Hi, John. Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, excited for this one. Let's talk a bit of Australian Open finale.
My name is Clara Towson, and My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Samas, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Well, hello there, and welcome to the Australian Open Women's Final between Aryna Sabalenka and Elena Rybakina. James, this is feeling like deja vu, isn't it?
This does feel like deja vu. This could be 2023 all over again. But will 2023 will it end up being the result that it was last time, or are we going to see something slightly different?
Yeah, I mean, look, let's face it, that final in 2023 could have gone either way. You always feel like whenever these two play, it could go either way. So, yeah, the players are warming up right now, which is exciting. So, apologies if you're wondering like where everything is and everything else like that. We are going to do our build-up now. But, yeah, so, yeah, the warm-up's happening now. We have... Yeah, I just feel like it's such a close head-to-head. It's 8-6 in Sabalenka's favour, but when you just take hard courts, it's 6-5 to Rybakina. Rybakina usually wins a set every time they play, at least. I think for me, James, that means that this is going to be a really competitive match.
I certainly don't see this as going as the way the Sabalenka matches have gone already this tournament, where it's been quite comfortable. This one is, this is the one person that can probably match, if not even at times better, Sabalenka's power in Rybakina. And as you say, the head-to-head certainly on the hard court speaks for itself. I mean, the match that most stands out to me, I know, of course, they played each other in the final here, 3 years back, was the Brisbane match a year later. The Brisbane final a year later, where Rybakina absolutely demolished Sabalenka. It was something that you just don't see, and it was such a shock. It's such a shocking result. It kind of linked in my mind, and of course, the last time these two played in Riyadh a couple of months back, that was a good win for Rybakina in that one there. And bizarrely, actually, the conditions are somewhat similar. We've got the roof on the Rod Laver Arena. Makes it a bit similar-ish in terms of just takes out any wind conditions and makes it even probably better for Rybakina. I mean, granted, it also helps Sabalenka. Both players love an indoor condition that helps their game massively. But yeah, it's all shaping up to be this competitive contest.
All right. Well, I've got Sabalenka stepping up to serve on my screen. So bouncing the ball, getting ready. Rybakina is ready to receive. So, James, I'll take a quick prediction from you. Which way is this going?
I'm going Rybakina.
Okay. Sabalenka does the first delivery and follows up with a +1 forehand up the line. Perfect start for Aryna Sabalenka, who is my pick to win this match. And
so you're going Sabalenka. I'm going Rybakina.
Yes.
You're going for fire. I'm going for ice.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, normally I would go for ice, but in this case, I think the fire might be too hot. I think Sabalenka's been epic this tournament, and this is possibly the best she's ever started a Grand Slam final that I can remember, James, because we've started with a big serve +1 winner and an ace. And normally I associate Sabalenka with nervy starts in finals.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got another one coming up.
Cracking return from Rybakina. Jesus, that was a statement and a half. Even giving Sabalenka a wry smile at that one there.
Okay, so Rybakina's fired up as well. We could be in for an epic match because now we've had serve +1 winner, ace, return winner. So both players are dialed in, and we've been seeing that through the entire tournament. Here we go, point number 4, another first serve from Sabalenka. starting a rally off and too much beforehand.
Good. Rybakina's looking good there.
This is okay. So it seems to be as soon as a rally gets going, Rybakina is already overwhelming Sabalenka with her power, and it has to be said she's been playing really well this tournament. Like, I've seen her play tennis. I haven't seen it from her in a long, long time against Iga Świątek and then against Jessica Pegula, and really dominating. Great serve from Sabalenka. What another return winner from Rybakina. 30-40 break point. Nothing Sabalenka's done wrong at all here.
Could be in for the first break of the match, first break point. What a forehand. We're in the winner on the return. Nothing Sabalenka could do about that.
Rybakina's going for absolutely everything. Serve from Sabalenka again. Found the court, and this time was too good. It was just clipped the line. Rybakina steers it out of court. Deuce.
Wow, fantastic. First 6 points. Keep this up, ladies. Keep this up.
This could, at this rate, this could be even better than 2023. Sabalenka is going to deliver a first serve to the Rybakina backhand up the middle. Forehand Rybakina right to the corner of Sabalenka's cross court. What a winner from Sabalenka! These ladies are. Oh, it was out. Oh, I missed the light. I didn't see the lights coming on the net post.
The light came on the umpire's chair. It didn't come on the net. That's the reason I was a bit confused for a second there.
Okay, so it is another break point for Rybakina. Okay, so light also comes from the umpire's chair. That's also going to help. They need to fix those net posts though, because I was watching those.
Well, that's why. Yeah, the net post lights aren't working. They've already broken the net post lights.
They haven't hit anything in the net. Someone's going to be frantically fixing those, I think.
It's just the potential aura of the match. It's just broken them.
Okay, we've delivered it. Backhand from Rybakina, right to Sabalenka. Forehand cross court from Rybakina. Sabalenka steers it into the tram rights. Rybakina breaks.
Right. First break, Rybakina.
It's nice we're kind of about in sync, James.
Yes, I've had to pause mine a little bit, but we're in sync. Are you on TNT?
Discovery Plus, but yeah.
Yeah, Discovery Plus, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first time we're both using the same network on a tablet, so I think we're at the same level.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that'll be why. So yeah, straight away, Rybakina's kind of started strong here. Early break. I don't think that's how 2023 went, but like we'll be constantly comparing. I think I would be surprised if she holds easily from here though. To get a set.
Like I think easy serves for any of these two are going to be a premium.
Right, we'll see what the Rybakina return looks like. Let's see what the Rybakina serve looks like. Delivers up the tee, ace.
Oh, what ace down the tee.
Looking very good.
Oh my days.
Yeah, 20 and like Rybakina's looking and like Rybakina's the only one, as you're saying, James, that can do this to Sabalenka really and make it look like that she can't do anything. And right now, Sabalenka's I have no criticism for either player right now. It's just Rybakina is just playing so well to be in this position. Got a second serve, backhand up the line from Rybakina, cross court, out from Sabalenka.
Oh, it's out.
Yeah, see, well, it was clearly out, even if you didn't look at the umpire's chair lighting up.
Yeah. That's a shame that the lights on the net post aren't working. It's become such a crux for me now in terms of watching matches.
Petition for all tournaments to install it because this has been a genius idea. The lights on the net post.
1,000%. 1,000%. You know, certainly when we do like streams and whatnot, but because we don't have the guys at the back of the court, you know, putting their hands out if it's out or in, it's really helpful because we can then see if it is out and not just have to like guess for 5 seconds.
Yeah. Even like if you have to watch on mute, say you've got it on in the background, Sabalenka goes long, fall in love.
I mean, I regularly like to do a bit of my a little bit of marking whilst I've got a match on in the background, and you know, and I have that match on mute.
James revealing a bit more about his. Have you mentioned your profession on stream before, James?
Probably. People then start asking questions. Oh, what do you teach and what do you do there? But like, yeah. Okay. I think the quality or the how harsh I am as a marker depends on if the person I'm watching is winning or not.
Oh, as Sabalenka really tried to go for that return, not unfortunately too much, and it's 2-love Rybakina really quickly.
2-love already. Wow. Great start from Rybakina. Expected to go on.
Carry on, James. Sorry.
No, I said I wasn't expecting as quick a start as it has been, but I'm so happy it is as quick as it is as high. Certainly on Rybakina's side, Sabalenka will find a way, probably at some stage in the set, but to get to go match level, but just have a high level from the get go. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, this is currently going the way that our audience predicted, according to our YouTube poll, as backhand winner cross court from Sabalenka. Maybe she needs to keep targeting there. You can see that Sabalenka is trying to shift things more to Rybakina's backhand side because she's realised the forehand is dangerous. But yeah, our looks like our viewership, this is going the way that they thought. 65% for Rybakina ahead of the match.
Oh, we got a load of smart tennis people in the chat. They're like, we can see how Rybakina could win this.
Speaking of smart tennis people in the chat, we know you're there. We know you're watching. Please share your thoughts on this match and let us know what's going on. Oh, huge return winner again from Rybakina.
What a winner! I mean, that just sat up. I mean, that was basically begging to be teed off on, and Rybakina does that straight up the line.
Tell you what,
God, this is I'm getting Brisbane 24 vibes at the moment.
Actually, a similar thing happened in the WTA finals, I think. Not as extreme as Brisbane, but I did think that Sabalenka was constantly playing catch-up in that match and trying to keep up with Rybakina. That's missed again from Sabalenka, and that's going to frustrate her. But even the first serve had to be so good. Going to play forehand cross-court winner from Sabalenka. That's going to feel good for her.
Forehand from Sabalenka, though. Goes to the back behind.
We've got sport
and politics in the chat. I think I've seen Jake in the chat as well.
Yeah.
All chatting along, which is excellent.
Sport and politics. You voted Sabalenka. Happy to be part of that minority. Okay.
The first time I ever heard that voting Sabalenka to win a match has been a minority opinion.
Yeah, well, I think only Rybakina gives that. Maybe Swiatek, depending on the surface.
Nearly there from Rybakina.
Yeah, the backhand couldn't quite steer it in.
The confidence that she has, she stepped so far into the court there to return that Rybakina. She is not scared of Sabalenka's serve.
Yeah, she's really... Yeah, you're right. She's not scared. She's stepping in. That was a good miss from her. Again, Sabalenka trying to go up T to try and, go to the backhand. That's where she's trying to serve to. But now it's the second serve again. She's might just about get through the service game. Delivers the first serve out wide to the forehand. Now tees up the forehand to the backhand of Rybakina. Backhand Sabalenka to the backhand of Rybakina across court. Still trading backhands. Sabalenka's backhand off the top of the net and out deuce at 40-30. It's the Sabalenka trying to put pressure on what she thinks is the slightly weaker half of the Rybakina game, and it ends up being her own backhand breaking down. Bit more pressure here. She wants this first serve. Don't know if she needs it because Rybakina is going to be all over it anyway. I'd love to see the return in play stat. Ace from Sabalenka. No hope of getting to that ball. She is on the board in this Australian Open final.
I mean, that was spot serving there. I mean, that was millimeters that ball was in by.
Yeah. And we shouldn't take
that good.
And we shouldn't take things as Sabalenka being down early as, too much of a problem. She was down a set against Madison Keys, made it really close. I think she was down a set in 2023 as well. We're not even down a set yet. It's only an early break. But as this match goes on, I think it's going to have to take a lot for us to strongly say Rybakina is winning this one. But right now, she's playing so well.
Yeah, it's just all about, we know from Rybakina that there can be dips in the level, and it's if they come or when they come in this match, and how Sabalenka can try and capitalize on that. That will be the key thing. Especially those dips tend to come when she's trying to serve for it, or it gets near the end of the match.
That is true, and we did see, we did see some nerves closing out against Pegula, although I think that was in the context of she'd had missed match points in the previous game. So I think to bear that in mind. But Rybakina's usually pretty good at closing this out.
Oh, we've got the lights back. We've got the lights back.
Ah, fantastic. That's going to help a lot. Jake still believes in Sabalenka, but wants Rybakina to win.
We're not getting to the stage yet, Jake, if we need to believe, are we? It's still early in the match as they get a double fault.
Yeah, we were saying, like, that's probably Elena's first mistake today. Okay, well, she's going to try again. Maybe she was distracted by the net lights being back.
Yeah. The return back, she didn't really notice it.
That first serve is long.
That was well long. That was closer to the baseline than the service line.
And we know this. Rybakina's so strong on serve, but she has to be consistent. Backhand up the line. Sabalenka can't get to it in time. That backhand was just too good on the +1.
What a backhand that was. So low, it stayed when it bounced on the other side of the net.
Yeah, if it set up any more, I think Sabalenka probably would have got to it, but...
If you had a bit more kick to it, she would have had enough ability to get the height on the ball and the return, but just no, it was so low she couldn't do anything.
Huge serve. Sabalenka actually gets a racket on it. Back forehand really deep in the corner. Sabalenka's going to moonball it, but it's out.
And it's
30-15. So strong. It's weird when we think about a player of Rybakina's status in the game at the moment of being one of the main leading contenders for everything. We kind of treat her like a multi-slam champion, even though she's not.
Or Rybakina.
Yeah. As she gets a bit lucky there with the forehand going into the net from Sabalenka.
Yeah, it just looked like Sabalenka lost her footing on the attempted slide into the ball, like it was an overslide, and it led to a pretty shanky return.
Yeah. Well, Rybakina is now at 4-15. Sabalenka's frustrated, wondering what she can do here. Honestly, not a lot, Aryna. You're not doing anything wrong. Missed first serve from Rybakina. So there's a second serve.
Yeah, but I know what you mean about, because of how good Rybakina is, and a couple of years ago, we were starting to put toward a narrative of almost like a big four in women's tennis, in which she was a part of, because of how dominant she started to be at the first half of that 23 season going into the 24 season, but just with issues with her coach and injuries, it kind of derailed. Yeah, kind of derailed. Still there? I'm going to cut out a bit there, sorry.
Yeah, I've lost you there. You were kind of running really slow. So, anyway.
Can you hear me again?
Yeah, I got you. All right.
Cool.
We've got Dan Davenport in the chat saying he's just recovered from the Djokovic-Sinner match. Yeah, I think all of us had a great time yesterday. Rybakina goes long with that forehand. With a backhand even. Up the line, 15 love Sabalenka. This is... I think, we had a big four on the WTA until about midway through 2024, and then Rybakina had kind of an off year and a half, and now we're kind of back to a big four. But although some could even argue we're now in a big five with Anna, if you want to put Aryna Sabalenka in the mix, which you would be justified for.
I think she'd have to win a slam first before we can start talking about that.
You see that, because I think she's regularly...
Or at least get to world number 2 or something.
You see, for me, I'd include her because she's beaten Iga a couple of times. She's challenged and beaten Aryna. So for me, those two are the benchmarks, and I think if she's in the mix with them, you have to consider including her.
Yeah, I mean, she's certainly in the most big tournaments. I mean, she picked up two WTA 1000 events last year and got to the final of two other Grand Slams. So I can certainly see the justification. And is constantly one of the names that you look at as in that group of players that you wouldn't be surprised if they won the tournament.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'd say, when you think about as Sabalenka aces her way to a love game, what
very
a hold
comfortable service game.
And just one last point, Aryna Sabalenka, I think, that is a better record than other kind of perennial slam finalists we've had in recent years, like on Shabur. I think Shabur got like one WTA 1000 when Iga Swiatek didn't turn up.
Yeah.
So there's less of an asterisk with Aryna Sabalenka. I mean, we'll see. If she fades, then yeah, it's still a big four. But and maybe if Rybakina wins today, suddenly Aryna Sabalenka's going to have no slams, and everyone else around her in the top of the game is going to be having at least two.
Two or more.
Two or more, yeah. So but let's see. Let's not get ahead of ourselves because it's only the one break, and we're seeing some vulnerability from Rybakina already, and Sabalenka kind of determinedly trying to keep up. So this match is not anywhere near done. At this point, I could see Sabalenka getting a foothold in a Rybakina service game and going for a break. If not this set, then definitely in the next one.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for this change of ends to complete. We've got Rybakina standing up at the baseline, preparing to serve. We're going to watch her service motion here, and wide, very wide.
Yeah, there was a bit of a distance on that one.
Saying that
great second serve out wide. I mean, the spin on that, Cameron Norrie would be pleased with.
You don't normally associate spin with Rybakina because she's usually such a flat hitter.
Yeah, it just curled so well.
Okay, huge serve again from Rybakina. Then we've got backhand cross court, backhand Sabalenka. They're trading cross court. Sabalenka forces a moonball from Rybakina, then goes on the attack again. Still trading huge blows at the moment. Now we've got a forehand cross court exchange with a slice from Aryna. Great angle backhand. Rybakina.
Oh, this is. I mean, I just want them all to go to rallies because it's just so brilliant to watch. Just the way that going from side to side, moving each other at the back of the court. I mean, this is top quality baseline tennis.
That rally has got to go on the highlight reels, 100%. Good to see we've got some more people like Ashley and Jean in the chat. As backhand from it just clips the line from Rybakina. Somehow just in from Sabalenka as well. This is great stuff, and another beautiful backhand from Rybakina.
She's painting the lines. I think that ball is not fluorescent yellow. I think it is actually white, and it is painting the Aussie Open lines as it's going, because they are literally just.
Did they actually find some balls from the 1970s?
Yeah, I think they have, and it's tricked Hawkeye into believing that the court is much bigger than it actually is because it's just so good. How much of the line she's able to use. Barring that time, she has gone wide there.
Well, she's at 40 love. A second serve wouldn't be the worst at this point. Tries to live it back wide. Backhand Sabalenka. They're trading backhands again. Sabalenka goes up the line. Beautiful backhand with her there.
Great backhand, Sabalenka.
And that's the thing, like, Rybakina is playing this really high level. It's so good to watch, but she cannot afford to let it drop even for a moment, because if it does, or when it does, Sabalenka is right there.
Yeah. She is ready.
And I think Sabalenka does recognize the situation. She knows she's in this match still, even though she's behind on the score. Huge hitting from Rybakina, keeping Sabalenka pinned back. Great cross-court forehand. Sabalenka's getting everything back. And eventually, Rybakina breaks down. 40-30.
I mean, it was quite funny the way she was constantly determined to go across court back to that point. Like that was where she was going to all the time. But certainly that last ball, it probably been better to have changed it and gone up the line because it looked open at that point.
Yeah, it looked like she was trying to pin Sabalenka back with cross court forehands. All right.
So interestingly, it was 40-love. It's now 40-30. So it's a bit more pressure on this one.
40-30. Second serve, though, coming up for Rybakina. Delivers it to the backhand of Sabalenka. Well sliced. That was a risky second serve, but it worked. 4-2 Rybakina.
Wow.
This is big. Look at this. We've got, second serve point from 78% from Rybakina. Like, who's that strong on a second serve? Hey, Snehill. It was just so... Yeah, that second serve just clipped the line and forced Sabalenka so far out wide. We're back to a Sabalenka service game. Backhand cross court. Oh, too good.
It was just a brilliant backhand there. Hey, Chanel. Good to see you in the chat. It's the first time I've seen you. Unless you changed your name. Or I've got bad memory. Either of those could be true.
I definitely think Snehill's one of our regulars. Huge serve from Sabalenka. Unreturned. Unreturnable, I should say. 30-love. She's just keeping tabs on Rybakina. She's not letting her pull away, which is what she needs to do, Sabalenka. She's going to keep herself in this match. And, this is not like, as we see Sabalenka deliver the first serve long, this is not like that Brisbane match we've mentioned from 2024. It's not really like that WTA finals match where Sabalenka's kind of scrambling to keep up. It's sort of Sabalenka's a bit more calm about the situation, although she's just netted that forehand.
Yeah.
But she's kind of accepted it a bit more and just seems to still have that belief that she can get back into it. And I think that's critical because I think those other two matches we talked about, it did feel like she didn't know what to do and lost a little bit of confidence. I think she's still confident right now.
No, she's battle hard, and as you said, the mindset's much better than it has ever been. She'd gone behind before; it could all spiral and turn nasty. But she's very good these days at just compartmentalizing each situation and remembering to really play on her game and play to her strengths.
Backhand sliced. Forces an error from Rybakina. Great shot. 40-15 for Sabalenka. So I'm seeing some people ask about the head-to-head. We said at the beginning of this, it's 8-6 to Sabalenka, but when it's on hard courts, it's 6-5 to Rybakina, which is interesting. I think Sabalenka
and Rybakina did win their most recent contest at the WTA finals.
Yes. Ace from Sabalenka to close out that game. 4-3 change of ends. So 6... right. Yeah, what's the most recent one? So that's Rybakina edged ahead in the hard court head-to-head. I'm trying to think because that means there's Sabalenka's 3-0 to Rybakina when they didn't play on hard courts. So on clay and grass. And I know they've played once on grass, and that was Berlin last year, which was a fabulous match and frankly overlooked in terms of drama and brilliant rivalry, brilliant hitting between the two of them.
I've got the matches up. Do you want me to go for the matches?
And then they played Madrid in 2024, which was also super close. But I can't think of what other match they played that wasn't on a hard court.
Clay. So you got Berlin grass in 25. That, as I think you mentioned, that was Sabalenka 7-6, 3-6, 7-6. The other one was Clay in Madrid in 24. That one was, as you say, Sabalenka 6-3, 7-6. And then the first time they ever met, by the looks, or the second time they ever met, was at Wimbledon in 2021. That was the round of 16. Sabalenka winning 6-3, 4-6, 6-3.
I did not remember that match. So that's interesting. There you go. So they played at Wimbledon. So it's actually, for the fact that Rybakina's won a Wimbledon and Sabalenka hasn't, Sabalenka's unbeaten against her on grass.
What's quite funny looking at it is that they met each other in the qualifying for Abu Dhabi in 21.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
What
that
was
the
Sabalenka
weird
doing
thing
trying to
about-
qualify for Abu Dhabi in 2021?
It's a good question, that one.
Because she was ranked high enough to get in.
Actually, I think the website may be a bit funny because it's saying the Berlin match was a qualification match, which I don't think that definitely would not be a qualification.
Do you think that's quarter-final then?
Could be quarter-final. Yeah, that could be it.
Okay, we've got 15 love Rybakina. They're trading
About to say,
forehand again. Up the line,
If somebody
cross-court.
If somebody could dig out these two playing a qualifying match somewhere in late 2010s or something, that would be brilliant.
Oh yeah, that would be fun to find out. Like prototype, a bit like when you talk about that Sinner Alcaraz challenger match.
When they were both when they're like 14 and 16 or something and played each other.
That backhand just did not clear the net from Rybakina, and that first serve just missed as well. The margins are fine in this game for Rybakina. It's not smooth sailing right now. She delivers a second serve. Sabalenka slaps it right back at her. Forehand Sabalenka right to the forehand of Rybakina, trading forehands again. And that's the stronger forehand this time from Sabalenka with the winner, 15-30. This is the game that she's been waiting for.
She's in this one. She's really in this one.
Really, really in this. Okay, we gotta pay attention here. So yeah, interesting head-to-head. Also, I think there's only been one match they've played where Rybakina hasn't won a set. At least. So, 15-30. Rybakina delivers. Oh, long. Second serve coming up. Sabalenka's all over it with the backhand cross-court. Short backhand to the backhand of Sabalenka.
Oh, it's just out.
Oh, she's just missed it. She went for broke with the backhand up the line and missed it. 15-40 break back points for Aryna Sabalenka.
And the worst thing there is, as long as it was in, it probably was going to be a winner.
I mean, it was the right idea because Sabalenka was so far out. But she always went for the shot that you recommended her to go for before when she just kept on. She dragged that cross-court forehand wide a few games ago. Sabalenka looking to pounce on this opportunity. Huge serve.
Great burst. Oh, when you need a freebie, that'll get you freebie.
174 kilometers an hour. No idea what that is in miles, but
just over 100 miles an hour.
Interesting.
Like
105. She got
two
first serves.
2 unreturnables. That is how you get yourself out of a sticky situation. Slam them down, shut the door. Thank you very much.
And Sabalenka's frustration, she couldn't get much on it, but those 2 first serves were so good. And the thing is, they were just well placed. They went exactly where Rybakina needed them to be too good. So we've got deuce point coming up. Rybakina delivers out wide. Again, too good, unreturnable.
The serves here. It's a masterclass in pressure serving.
What a performance we have from Elena Rybakina. Stepping up again at advantage to try and close.
Can she finish it off?
First up into the net.
Second serve. It would have been too much to have asked for 4 in a row.
Yeah, maybe. Can happen. Backhand exchange happening, and it's too good from Rybakina. Sabalenka can't dig it over the net. It's in the net. 5-3. Rybakina's 1 game away from this set. I've just realised, so Rybakina has beaten 2 Grand Slam finals previously. Wimbledon 2022, Australian Open 2023. It's crazy that it's taken 3 years for her to get back into another Grand Slam final. Close in Wimbledon 2024 against Barbora Krejcikova. But in those 2 Grand Slam finals she's previously played, both have gone 3 sets. And she lost the first set to Ons Jabeur and won the match at Wimbledon. And she won the first set and lost to Aryna Sabalenka in Australian Open. So We can't
So
get a
what
read
you're
on
saying,
this.
what you're saying, Nick, here is that Sabalenka's going to win it if this continues with this set.
I mean, I just basically don't rule anything out.
No, it is criminal. The fact, or I say criminal, it's the way tennis works. That it's taken this long for Rybakina to get back to a Grand Slam final.
Yeah, and again, it was part of that year and a half that she went kind of walkabout.
Went haywire.
Maybe even longer, like 2 years, if you think that she had an opportunity in Australian Open 2024 and then lost that crazy match to Anna Blinkova. 30 love Sabalenka with a couple of really good shots. Gene's saying apparently that Stefan Vukov has told Rybakina that the kick serve wide deuce works all the time. Oh, somehow that ball still in from Sabalenka, follows up with an excellent forehand from the midcourt. 40 love.
Well, the interesting thing is that if Rybakina does hold for in the next service game and takes the first set, it does look like certainly the strength and the momentum on serves seems to have fallen more on Sabalenka's side now. She's winning her games much more comfortably than Rybakina is, and that could play a factor at the beginning of the second,
or even throughout the second. Drop shot from Rybakina. Sabalenka can't get to it. That was an interesting choice of shot, and I think she just about got away with it. But 40-15.
Yeah, to be honest, she's just come off the back of a very tight service game. She wants to at least spend a little bit more time on Sabalenka's service game, even if she doesn't win it, just to give herself a bit of a breather.
Again, she's doing well to mix it up and just keep Sabalenka on her toes. 40-15 coming up for Aryna Sabalenka. Delivers the first serve. It's in, and the return is well out. It's 5-4. Rybakina's going to be serving under pressure to get this first set.
Get that on the belt. Only 32 minutes on the clock. It feels like we've been here longer.
Well, it's because we haven't exactly had many long rallies. We had a couple, but it's been mostly about a quick, big strike in most of these rallies. Yes. It was very similar in 2023. Where I remember that match feeling like that one it was relatively quick.
Yeah.
Even
though that one, even though it was 3 sets, I think it only literally just got over 2 hours, didn't it? Even though it was 3 sets.
All right. So, what do you think, James? Do you think? I know you said Jake there because he's in the chat, but James, do you think that Rybakina closes this one out?
I think she will. I think it'll be more comfortable than what the last service game was. I'm going to go yes. I don't know why I got that feeling. I just do.
Got a feeling about this.
I think it could be like to 30 or something like that. Hold to 30. But it's really disconcerting. I just had the advert to do with Yorkshire tea, and now we're back onto a intensity match.
That's such a British thing. Welcome to your very English talking tennis commentary team.
Just Sarah Lancashire advertising Yorkshire tea, and now we're on to 2 international stars.
Speaking of advertising, don't forget to check out Tennis Warehouse Europe. Second set from Rybakina is eaten up by Aryna Sabalenka on the return with a backhand winner. Love 15. This is not going to be that easy hold we were talking about.
Never mind. I've got it completely wrong. I've resigned my membership of Talking Tennis with immediate effect.
Love 15. Rybakina delivers the first set out wide, and it's unreturned.
Should be happy with that one. Easy point, unreturnable.
15 all. So 3 points away from
Harriet Dart. Is Harriet Dart in the audience now? She's in the final of some.
Oh, I think I don't know if Harriet Dart's playing, maybe. Always going to find a way of talking about the Brits with you on stream.
I just saw something in the chat say about it. I was like, what's this? Oh, she lost. To Tagger. She lost to Tagger, that brilliant Austrian with the one-handed backhand.
Who, just about didn't qualify for the AO. Huge forehand from Sabalenka. It's got Rybakina on the ropes, but then goes for too much with that backhand cross-court and lets Elena off. 30-15. by the way, to answer Ashley's earlier question, Elena Rybakina is 26. She'll be turning 27 this year. She was born in 1999. Aryna was born in 1998, so just a year older.
Same year as my sister.
Ah, same year as my sister. Anyway.
There's a snap.
Cross court.
Out.
Yeah, cross-court forehand just out from Rybakina, and it's her turn to give a let-off to her opponent. 30 all. Uh, 30 all. What a moment here. Like, Rybakina so close to getting this crucial first set. 2 points away. I love a 30 all point. There's nothing like the tension of a 30 all point. And the first service delivered successfully. Oh, that was a net cord. It could have dropped either side. It dropped Sabalenka's, and Rybakina has a set point.
Set point.
Yeah. For those who didn't see, it was like the Sabalenka return, clipped the net, bounced up high. We didn't know which side it was going to drop. Rybakina was about to run forward to try and get to it, and it dropped Sabalenka's side. Set point, Elena Rybakina. Out. Oh, just missed the first serve.
We're going to see this kick serve that Vukov keeps talking about.
Yep, so kick serve out wide on the deuce. Goes for it again. Sabalenka's ready for it. Goes cross court, big with the backhand. Now goes up line with a forehand. Rybakina's there. Goes cross court. Sabalenka's having to slice it back into play.
And it's out.
It's out. Saw the light.
We have it.
First set, Rybakina 6-4. What a set of tennis, James.
Rybakina.
Like,
well, this is good. We said it's a bit like 2023 all over again. Well, it started like 2023 all over again with Rybakina taking the first set.
Is it the same score as well?
Hang on, hold the line on that one.
Yeah, you're gonna look that up. I feel like it was either 6-4, 6-3 that first set. In 2023.
come on, folks. 2023 AO final women.
Well, whilst James is looking that up, like,
it was 6-4.
Oh, good grief! You know what's funny is it was the same amount of time as well, but no way of finding that out.
Or the internet has ways.
This is, I mean, I think what's interesting about that set was so good. Like, neither player did a lot wrong. Rybakina did a smash and grab in the first game, and that's what got her the set. But then the rest of it has just been excellent tennis from both. Sabalenka trying to put the pressure on, Rybakina resisting it, resisting break points, and getting the job done and getting it over the line in the end with a little bit of tension. Yeah, I have to say, great set from both. No notes. Like, I literally cannot think of anything different that Sabalenka could have done. Even when she had break points, it wasn't like she missed them. Like, Rybakina then served 3 consecutive amazing serves when she was down. As Rybakina's now having a conversation with her coach, Stefano Vukov. This must mean Aryna's gone off court.
Yeah. No surprise really that it's again an advert for Liverpool versus Newcastle. It's what's it, having a good little chat here. Rybakina's getting her braid sorted in her hair at the same time. They're all smiling. They're all happy. I would be if I was a setup in the Grand Slam final.
Yeah. For the second time, let's see if she can convert this one. Jean's got some excellent stats for us in the chat. He says that the winner of the first set has won 12 out of the last 14 meetings between these two. And the stats were 13 winners, 7 errors from Sabalenka, 9 winners, 9 errors from Rybakina. So close. This match is so close.
That's that perfectly balanced meme, isn't it? There, 9 winners, 9 unforced errors.
I mean, there's part of me that's like, what I like to do when I'm looking at that, James, is I actually like to look at the total points and kind of subtract your opponent's unforced errors from the person's point score. So take away Sabalenka's unforced errors from Rybakina's points total and just work out how many positive points have been won. Like, who's winning the more positive points, either forcing errors or hitting winners? It's very rare in a tennis match that you're winning most of your points from an unforced errors of your opponent.
Unless they're playing absolutely dreadfully.
Yeah. Our producer is telling us that Rybakina's had only got 48% of first serves in, and this is quite common for Rybakina. Like, she somehow wins despite having crazy low first serve percentage, and it always makes me think, if she didn't have, if that wasn't a problem for her, she would be even more dominant if she could get her first serve in a lot more.
Oh, she'd be unstoppable. She would be unstoppable. She had like a 10% average better first serve percentage than she does at the moment.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Happy 80th birthday, Dad, the best man I know. Oh, that's nice.
Ah, that's a nice sign to bring in. That's positive. Right. So, in terms of see if we've got total. See if we've got to find a total points one thing. Only one drop shot played this whole match. Set one. Wins and errors. Okay, we're back underway by the look of it. Sabalenka stepping up to serve first. Total points one. Yeah. Rybakina 30, Sabalenka 27. So it's that would mean that Rybakina's won 23 points with either winners or forced errors, or forcing Sabalenka to make errors, and Sabalenka has won 18 points by winners or forcing errors from Rybakina. So it's very high quality right now. Very high quality. It's now 29, because it's now 30 love for Aryna Sabalenka with two very good serves. So started very, very well. And again, winning these points very positively. So 30 love. Sabalenka delivers. Oh, wide, very wide on that T serve. Second serve coming up, 30 love. And like this is like she got to 30 love at the beginning of the first set, and then Rybakina stormed in. Backhand end play, being a bit more conservative now, Rybakina. I've got a backhand cross-court exchange, which Rybakina just goes wide on, 40 love.
Yeah.
And I do have to say that there is a difference here between the start of this set and the start of the first set, whereas Rybakina tried to go for a real, that smash and grab I mentioned, like absolutely going for it on a whole of her returns once she got a handle on it. It does feel like she's playing a little bit more tentatively, a little bit more conservatively now. She's got a second serve coming for Sabalenka.
But a very good service game this is turning into for Sabalenka. Just to start to the set that she would have wanted. Barring that, she wouldn't have wanted that.
Barring the backhand she just put in the net. Yeah. 40-15. So I mean, that's not ideal to try and close the game out, but she should be able to. So with the first serve, too good, ace. First game on the board. This is how she wanted to start the first set. Sabalenka's looking like really up for a fight to come back here, and I wouldn't be surprised if she did. Because James, to me, the dynamic has definitely shifted since the start of the match.
Yes, it was Rybakina at the start. I mean, we can see by this little score graphic just how Rybakina just stormed out in front, was stayed there for a good chunk of it. But just as the set got into the second half in the first bit, it went back to Sabalenka quite slowly but surely. And at the moment, it does feel like an even service game at this stage, or an even match. It's still too early in the morning, and I don't know what words I'm saying.
It's 9:30, James. Maybe you're at school at this point.
Yeah. I've been getting up early for the last 4 weeks. It feels like, just to be able to catch any of this tennis. Oh, I shouldn't complain because because like the Aussies, and I do feel for the Aussies during the rest of the year because there's a lot of weird time zones they have to navigate to be able to watch any of this.
Kick second serve up the tee this time. Maybe more body actually for Rybakina, and it's 15 love. We've got by the way, we do have a mega team on the men's singles final call. We've got 4 people doing that one.
4 people.
Yeah.
Crikey.
We've got.
I don't know. I don't know how John's going to go. Well, to cope with 4 people all on the screen at the same time.
I don't know what they're doing, and I'm interested to looking forward to hearing what insights Daisy has. Fergus, always great. Jamie, nice to have him back. It's been a while since he's done the comms, and of course Zach is going to bring so much energy. Anyway, match right now. There's a final happening right now. 15 all. Rybakina first serve into the net. Yeah, it's getting pretty tight for her. Delivers this second serve. Huge return from Sabalenka. Forces the error from Rybakina just long as 15-30. And is this an opening?
Sneaky feeling. I think Sabalenka's. Yeah, I got a sneaky feeling that Sabalenka may find a way to break here.
I do too. But then this is when Rybakina hits 3 unreturnable serves.
Yeah, that is fair. Watch this. 1, 2, 3.
Huge serve, +1 forehand, right in the corner. 30 all. I mean, it was a bit of
not unreturnable, but it was still very dominant.
I mean, it was a bit of a high risk one because Sabalenka did get a good return, like got good contact on the return, and Rybakina decided to go for a high risk one. Get that wrong, she could have curved into a tram line. Another first serve found. Now she follows up with another +1 forehand into the space. Too good, 40-30. This is what she does.
I do think Sabalenka shouldn't have given up on that point as easily as she did. She was there or thereabouts near the ball.
There we go. 40-30. Rybakina delivers the serve long. Second serve, backhand. Oh, too good from Sabalenka. That was playing with the baseline, and she won deuce.
The service game ain't over yet.
This is why this matchup is so good. There's just so much. It's big tennis. It's brave tennis. It's absolutely going for it at its best. Huge first serve from Rybakina, and Sabalenka can't get it back.
Goes.
Advantage.
Question for the panel: thoughts on the potential Serena return from Jake Davis?
Shall we cover that when we see if Rybakina gets through this game?
Yeah, let's get it.
Because that is a good conversation starter. I think it's a good topic. Hello, Oski. Huge first serve from Rybakina is missed. Second serve to try and close this game out coming up. Here we go. Delivers it. Missed it. Double fault.
Oh, double fault. Oh.
That was not good. It really curved out of the tee.
Mm.
Here we go. Deuce.
I think that's a bit. I'd say my annoyance has just got a notification from the AO app. I'll say after this game, why it annoys me.
Huge forehand from Sabalenka, cross court winner. Advantage to the Belarusian. It's break point, third break point of the match. I think Sabalenka's just doing really well of keeping the pressure up, and like if Rybakina's not finding a serve, then not finding a serve, then in the rally, Sabalenka's winning them. Forehand cross court from Rybakina. Sabalenka's there. volley from Rybakina. Sabalenka can't chase it down.
Oh.
Wow.
Clutch at the net. I mean, that's big time tennis, going to the net and standing your ground.
Oski, is your question to do with 20 total games played in the match or 20 total service games played by Aryna? Or is it 20 games won?
What does the 20 mean? What does the 20 mean?
What does the 20 mean? 20 games played total. Oh, easily.
Oh.
Forehand cross court to the forehand of Rybakina. Forehand cross court, Sabalenka. Forehand up the line. Backhand cross court. Backhand. Rybakina into the net. Another break point for Sabalenka.
I mean, that was swiped at by Rybakina there.
It's another break point. This is Sabalenka's 4th of the match. This is definitely feeling like things are moving in her direction right now. Advantage to Sabalenka. Rybakina delivers the first serve into the net. So she's got to defend this second serve.
Is there anywhere I can watch?
What country are you in?
Yeah, which country are you in is the big question.
Or do you have a VPN? Forehand cross court. Winner from Rybakina. Deuce. Okay, so US, you can watch on ESPN. If you have a VPN, you can watch the Australian coverage on Channel 9 if you don't want to pay for anything. But you do have to pay for a VPN. So can't recommend any free ways of watching this. Sorry.
No, we don't want to be condoning or promoting any illegal websites.
No. It only ends badly. Backhand from Sabalenka to the backhand of Rybakina. Huge backhand rally right now. Rybakina's going to change direction. Now we'll change it to forehand cross-court exchange. Still going. And it's too much for Rybakina, who bails out the rally. And it's advantage against Sabalenka. Break point number 5.
I can respect the moral compass.
Right.
Believe me, when you got me and Nick who's having to shell out 30 quid for the month to be able to watch this, the moral compass is a very thin one.
It's tempting. All right, so what do we think? I mean, I'm surprised that Rybakina struggled with that last forehand. Gets the first serve. Sabalenka gets the return. Rybakina great on backhand. You can't be harsh on Sabalenka. You can't be critical of Sabalenka at that point. That was too good from Rybakina. Like, I don't feel like Sabalenka... Like, we've had 5 break points for Aryna Sabalenka. I can't think of any of them where she's blown it. It's all been Rybakina being too good on them.
But then the problem now is that Rybakina's getting herself too much into these situations where she's having to, do these sort of great bits out.
Somehow Sabalenka's got that return in and keeps herself in the rally, but puts the forehand into the net. Got a game point for Rybakina. Can she close this out? Last time she gave a point, she double faulted. Good, yeah. Liking Jake's analysis here that like when it goes 5 beyond 4, 5, 6 shots in the rally, Sabalenka's the advantage. I agree, but Rybakina's first striking her way out of trouble. 100%. Great serve, great return, great +1. Sabalenka's still just about in this rally and backhand into net from Rybakina. That was definitely an unforced error from Rybakina because I do feel like she should have been able to get that backhand over the net. That did not look like too challenging. But then again, I'm not playing the game. I definitely wouldn't have been able to get that backhand back. Not a hope.
9 minutes into this service game. This has been the longest one of the match so far. Certainly feels like it.
It's a big game. Juice number 6. Huge serve from Rybakina, unreturned, not over the net. That was a big serve as well, 190. So we're getting into sort of the 120s in terms of miles an hour.
Yeah.
I appreciate it's not necessarily 1 for 1, but it's going to be close. Definitely 110s. First serve out.
Well, I like to complain about why does he use kilometers an hour, we use miles an hour, but then there's like, with the UK, we're weird. We've got some measurements we like using old style, some measurements we like using new style.
And it's out from Sabalenka on the return. She went for too much, and Rybakina somehow holds that game. What a 10 minutes that was.
Yeah, good 10 minutes. So the thing that annoyed me, as I was just about to say, was that I got a push notification from the AO, and it's titled "Upset Brewing?" ? And I was like, how can you say there's going to be an upset in this match? Both players feel a little bit maybe more towards Sabalenka than Rybakina, but it doesn't feel like there'd be an upset if Rybakina won this.
It's one of those, it's an upset if the higher ranked player loses, no matter how small the gap between. Like, Rybakina is the number 5, and you've seen an Australian Open final between these two be really close before. How's Sabalenka going to handle this? She gets a net cord, which gives Rybakina time to get onto the backhand, moonballs it, backhand cross court. Again, Rybakina,
that felt reckless. That felt like the only way I'm going to win this point is I'm going to have to just go for something almighty.
Jake's got another excellent panel question. We haven't even got to the Serena Williams one because that was from ages ago because that game went for so long. So definitely have to keep coming back to that. Unreturnable serve from Sabalenka moves to 30 love.
Who would leave the bigger boys?
It depends on what you mean by void. Yeah, like Snehal saying, like, because it's kind of like who has the biggest. If you're talking like biggest impact on outcomes, probably Sabalenka.
She wins a lot
every time. Double fault from Sabalenka, 30-15. If you're talking like drawing people to tennis, Coco Gauff.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
If you're talking like kind of superstardom in the more European audience, Iga. Definitely bigger gap when it comes to clay. Like if it's on the clay, it changes everything if Iga's not there. Loss to WTA in terms of a product, I think it's about even, Jake. I think it's about even.
Yeah. I mean, you've got so many different metrics you can apply there. I mean, if you're going to look at, bringing in eyeballs and whatnot, then Coco Gauff would be the obvious answer. It's a weird one because what would tend to happen is if one of those four went, okay, granted, maybe not necessarily thinking about Gauff, but certainly if one of Sabalenka or Iga went, then all that would happen is that the other one would just gobble up all the fame and the stardom and all the titles that the other one would have won.
Oh, great shot from Rybakina to keep herself in the rally. Backhand cross court, backhand again from Sabalenka. They're still trading, and then Rybakina nets. And it does feel like Rybakina's rally tolerance is not as strong as Sabalenka's right now as they change ends.
It isn't. It's Rybakina feels she has to go for broke most times, and that's what Sabalenka's forcing her into.
Yeah. It's like Sabalenka's finding ways of keeping the rally going and waiting for the error.
Yeah, which is a valid tactic.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting it's Sabalenka that's the one who's applying that because usually that's what gets done to her.
Yeah. It's like, right, keep getting balls in court and let's hope that she misses.
That's how Gauff beats her anyway. I think Gauff is the only one who can really do that to her, actually. Maybe Iga to a certain extent. But, I guess Sabalenka's so well-rounded now that, like, Sabalenka is definitely the overall most well-rounded player on tour right now. Like, she's got the fewest weaknesses. She can do the most. Execute a variety of things most effectively out of everybody on tour. It feels like.
Shall we get to the Serena question?
Yes, I was going to ask you. Okay, James, you put your 2 pennething on Serena coming back.
My 2 pennething on Serena. Good that you've gone to me first. So, yeah, she's a big name. She'll continue to be a big name and a big star. She was one of the ones that sort of broke the, who was known outside of tennis by a general sporting fan base, not just necessarily the tennis fan base. I mean, it's a tricky one because for me, it always comes down to how competitive they'll be. if Serena's able to come back and at least be somebody that could win a round or two or something like that, then I can see certainly a reason why for her to come back. I just don't want a situation where she comes back and we just see a lot of her getting drubbed a lot of time, because I think that'll just ruin the legacy that she had. And I think the send off she got at that Australian Open, at that US Open, where she was like the headline night session for 3 nights in a row, I felt that was a fitting way for her to say goodbye to the sport. So I would side on. I would if she comes back, she'd have to know she's coming back to be competitive. So I don't know if that makes any sense at all, Nick.
Yes, it does. By the way, just to update in the game, we're at 30 love Rybakina, who actually won an extended rally there. So doing well here. We'll get Rybakina delivering the serve. It's going to sit up for her to put away, which she does. 40 love. This game service game a lot more comfortable so far for Rybakina compared to the last one. Serena. I don't think she's coming back in singles. I think it was very clear when she left that she was struggling to compete with the tour. She would have to do a lot of work for it. Look how Venus is doing at the moment. Venus is only 18 months older. Venus is really scrapping to win matches. Serena's not going to come back and do that. She's won too much. She's only going to come back if she can really compete. And
also Venus has only ever won 1 match since coming back. All the other ones have been first round losses.
So, to me, what I do think is if Serena comes back, it's be to do doubles. And it would be either to kind of just do a Martina Hingis and get herself to the top of that game, or, which I think is more likely, Venus is going to, because we're seeing the whole thing of like Serena being back in the drug pool, testing pool. She's going to come back for the US Open to do doubles with Venus, and that's going to be Venus's last US Open.
That's
what I think is happening.
I can see that as a valid reason. I can certainly see that as a valid reason just to come back for one, to support her sister in one last hurrah. Because, we've seen certainly, although Venus hasn't been great on the singles court in terms of getting match wins, she has been having some runs at, in both the women's doubles and the mixed doubles. So I'm able to get some match wins there. So there's certainly a route for that to be competitive.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. Or Serena comes back and does mixed, which is possible. But as we get a huge serve +1 from Sabalenka to start this game off. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I think it would be a one-off.
One of the things we do need to consider is that we don't want tennis to too much to become a bit of a tribute act, where it just seems as though we're desperate every time to wheel out these aging stars when we want to be promoting the new stars of the game.
That is true. I think there's less risk of that in the men's game, but the women's game, definitely Serena still leaves a big shadow over it.
Yeah. It very much feels a bit like a golfing move where they constantly keep trying to bring that tiger or whatnot to the golfing scene, and it's like, well, just trust the facts and build up your current stars. You don't necessarily always have to try and keep wheeling out the old hits.
That was a huge return winner on the backhand from Rybakina there for 15 all. Let's focus on the stars of right now.
Yes, we've got 2 in front of us.
Yeah. Huge serve from Sabalenka, 30-15. And going back to the previous panel question about biggest loss, I think, whilst I do want to say that I think Coco attracts a lot of new Western kind of American fans, particularly, but also fans from other parts of the world. It is a fact that Iga Świątek does draw a lot of eyeballs because she is a top player from a country that doesn't have a lot of other tennis success. And I just want to reflect what the producer was putting. Like, the numbers for her streams are always really high.
Yeah. Is it from, where do you think, from around about where in the world do you think those numbers mainly come from?
Probably Poland.
Yeah, a lot. I think a lot in Eastern Europe they do come from come for Iga.
It's a weird thing because
Because unfortunately, and okay, maybe because she hasn't, it was only been one Wimbledon title. But you ask, if I walk down, my local high street and ask 100 people, could you name, some top women in the, top women's players? I'll be very surprised that more than 10 or 20 of them could name Iga Swiatek.
I mean, honestly, in the UK, they struggle to name anybody.
Sure.
Maybe it'd be on Jabeur or Coco Gauff, probably.
Yeah. Bizarrely, Heather Watson will constantly keep popping up as somebody people will remember.
Yeah. Is Serena and Venus still playing?
Yeah.
And I think
people still think that Roger Federer still plays. I mean, it's
yeah. I mean, and we are coming at this from a very UK-centric thing because a lot of British people only watch Wimbledon. I think if you were to ask this question in continental Europe, it'd be very different. And especially given, you say, Eastern Europe, that's where a lot of the future of tennis is. Especially stardom-wise, like the Czechs are all really, really strong as well with how many people they produce. We'll probably get another Polish star following in Iga's footsteps. I think we are coming at this from a very British perspective. If you're American, it's all about Coco Gauff. Maybe increasingly around Anna Samova.
I mean, the problem the American market has is that they've got so many people in so many different sports around the world, around the world, and their own sports in which they have a real passion for. But it's very hard for even somebody who could win 10 grand, 2 or 3 Grand Slam titles to break through, barring probably Coco, because she's probably one of the few people, only very small number of people that be able to break through on that end. Yeah,
exactly. So. And Coco's doing well to keep her name in the mix there with all the sports stars that they've got. But yeah, if you ask a European question, like if you go into Asia or other parts that don't have a big star that's winning all the time yet, excluding somewhere like the Philippines or Indonesia where they've got their kind of rising stars. Yeah, in Europe, I think the question would be very different. I think Iga would be have a bigger impact there. But because we're in the UK, where we haven't had consistent names winning Wimbledon, nobody can keep track of it in the women's game.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this match. And Rybakina was serving at 2-3. Back at the end, she doesn't seem to like as much, maybe. And puts a forehand into the net, love 15.
Well, traditionally they always say that in the night session that the wind sort of, the wind sort of blows from the umpire's left, so it's blowing into where
it's not James. The roof's shut.
But the roof's shut this time, so that factor gets taken out.
I wasn't sure if you were going to get there or not.
I was first of all just trying to, when I was saying it, I was like, hang on, which side is the umpire's left? It's such a weird way of describing it.
Oof. Forehand winner from Rybakina right in the corner. Again, high risk shot. She is definitely continuing to try and find the first strike.
John's put, the Philippines has a rising star. Yes, John. I think we know by the practice sessions you try and get us to do a little live watch along that there was a rising star coming from that part of the world.
Shanked forehand from Sabalenka under pressure from a big forehand from Rybakina, 30-15. So yeah, we're going to do this. Well, I'm hoping. But I just wanted to kind of get that conversation in there because I appreciate, as an Iga fan, I don't want to underappreciate her. Forehand, great serve from Rybakina, +1. Sabalenka somehow scrambling it back in, cross court. Can she get there? Not quite. 40-15, and Rybakina is now holding more comfortably.
Yes, she is. Last couple of service games have been really good. She's needed this. Otherwise, Sabalenka was going to really just jump on top of her.
I think at the moment, I'm kind of torn because I think this match is so good. I really want a third set because we're getting to the middle of the second now.
Yeah.
I'd love to see this keep on going for a third, but I'm also I'm kind of here for Rybakina getting the job done.
Yeah, I am too. I don't know if it's because Sabalenka always wins a lot, and it'd be great. It just feels like Rybakina deserves to finish her career with more than just one Grand Slam title.
Absolutely. Forehand up the line
Bizarrely,
from...
actually, that one Grand Slam title kind of felt like it came out of the blue as well.
Mm,
It did happen.
Yeah, it was weird because Rybakina had been showing a lot of promise all season, like throughout her career. Like, you know, like seasons before, like I remember like her coming through, like she got a couple of good results. Pretty young, but nothing like earth-shattering. Olympic semi-finals, lost the bronze medal match to Elena Svitolina in 2021. Oh, quarterfinals of the French in 21 as well. But that season, she'd just been getting consistent deepish runs at slams and 1000s as she holds for 3-all. And I have to say that it was kind of, it was out the blue for most people. And then I went back and looked at the data and I was like, maybe we should have seen it coming. But again, it was Rybakina being quiet, as she always is.
Yeah. And there was a lot of subplots as well. I mean, that one, you know, everyone was so invested in wanting Ons Jabeur to win it because of the whole thing of the screensaver and the Dream Tournament. That
was that 2023?
20, yeah, 20 was it 22? It was 22 though, wasn't it?
Well, she was in the final both years, but I thought the screensaver stuff came out from 23, but maybe it was 22.
Yeah, because it was her first Grand Slam final, and it was like this really big wave of this person that, you know, Minister of Happiness, and you know, they even, you know, caught the hearts and the attention of the British public at the time of somebody that they wanted to go on and win the title, and it was so heartbreaking when it didn't happen, and it kind of, unfortunately, you know, bled into the 23 final where just like all those nightmares sort of sprung up in that match. With my name, Vondrousova.
Yes, and it was just unfortunate there. Anyway, 3-all, 15-love. Sabalenka's just gone long, 15-all.
And then there was, of course, the subsequent subplot with Rybakina, which was the Russian, the fact that she's basically a Russian national, but just you know, competing under the Kazakh flag, and the whole thing of the Russians being and Belarusians being banned from Wimbledon, and basically it felt like this is the biggest way of loopholing the whole thing.
And like, I think that annoyed her because she has no love for the country she was born in, because they just did not support her, and Kazakhstan did. So
yes,
I
mean, like the whole thing of switching nationality, it wasn't like Potapova or Kazakhina, which happened after the war took place. This was, you know, she was a Kazakh athlete for many years before the war.
Yeah, she was. And the whole thing was the Russian system basically said she wasn't good enough. Didn't think she was good enough.
This is mad. I don't know.
Like, I'm sorry, how are you assessing this? And then you look at who the top Russian athletes are now, and they're just struggling to crack. I mean, Mira Andreeva's their best hope, really.
Yeah.
For a while. Anyway. Great rally here. A lot of cat and mouse play. Sabalenka, just gets past Rybakina. What a rally. 40-15. That was so good to watch, and they were both all over this. I do feel like if Rybakina had stuck her racket out, maybe she'd have got that back.
Yeah, I think she bailed out a bit at that point. I know it's.
There's a lot of bailouts from Rybakina. Sorry, I talked over you there.
No, so we lost our subscriber counter because we're currently over 22.4K.
Nice.
We're so close to having the capacity of the Arthur Ashe Stadium.
From the entirety of our subscribers. Maybe we offered everyone Arthur Ashe tickets, we'd get to that number.
We need to get John to get some connections in the USTA so we can get all the subscribers to Arthur Ashe for one of the sessions.
Huge. Oh, double fault from Sabalenka, 40-30, and she's frustrated. I think Arthur Ashe capacity is actually 75,000, isn't it?
23,000.
23,771.
Something like that, yeah. Around about that number.
No,
so
I've just Googled it.
There we go. So, yeah, so 23,700. That's what we need to get to. Then we're at Arthur Ashe.
We're 1,000 away. And a bit.
I like the fact I just go through like all the different court sizes around the world, just as we were ticking them along.
Well, we're getting there. Well, Arthur Ashe is the biggest.
The problem is once we get to Arthur Ashe, that's the biggest single court that we can talk about.
Yeah. 40-30. Second serve for Sabalenka. She's having a little bit of a wobble this game.
Yeah, it's not going as easily.
And
we're
backhand
into a
winner.
juice. We're into a juice.
So after winning that cat and mouse rally to get to 40-15, which, you know, again, I hope that's on a highlight reel somewhere. We didn't get super excited for it because it kind of just started unfolding. Lots of tippy-tap at the net and things like that. We've had a double fault and then a second serve that Rybakina has just ripped a backhand winner from.
And all of a sudden, it's this is now quite a crucial game.
So yeah, deuce. Big chance here because but it's a great serve from Sabalenka unreturned to get to advantage. That's her delivering a clutch serve when she needs it.
I've got Snell trying to see if she can snag a ticket.
I mean, you also probably need to get to Australia as well. We could sort out a ticket for the court, but not the flight. Great at the net from Sabalenka.
If you want to be going to that final, you pretty much need to be at Heathrow Airport right now.
Yeah. 4-3. Great shot, like really short, bounced up high at the net. Sabalenka slaps it away. Well, we're well past Rod Laver Arena's capacity. Rod Laver Arena's capacity is 14,820.
Yeah. Bizarrely, actually, the 3 of the 4 Grand Slams, they're big. Their largest court capacity is pretty much the same. When Centre Court, Wimbledon, Roland Garros, Philippe Chatrier in Roland Garros, and Rod Laver at the Melbourne Park, and then suddenly it just shoots up to 23,000 for the US Open.
Because the Americans just do everything bigger.
Yeah, just make it as big as possible, even if they do look like little ants on the floor if you're at the top of Rod Laver.
Yeah, I've had this conversation with other people before. I'm not entirely sure how good a ticket Arthur Ashe actually is. You can barely see anything.
I mean, you're just happy to be there, really. Once you're at that stage. I mean, I've been pretty much fairly near the top of Court 1 at both Wimbledon and also at Centre Court at Wimbledon and also Court 1 at Wimbledon. And, even so that's 15,000 and 12,000. They do look very small still, being that high up.
That is true. Although I do feel like I could still see what was going on from higher up at centre, under kind of the overhang of the roof. Right. Rybakina serving at 3-4 and misses the first serve. We're getting into the business end of the second set now, James.
We are. Also, I know what the score was in the 23 final in the second set, and we still technically could do it.
6-3?
It is 6-3, yeah. So Sabalenka. So if Rybakina wins this game, then we're not going to get a mirror of that set.
That'd be such a weird situation if that happened.
So funny if Sabalenka wins at 6-3.
Yeah. I mean, as we get first serve delivered from Rybakina, there goes up the line. Sabalenka's done well to keep this going. Forehand cross court. Sabalenka's keeping it going. Backhand looped up from Rybakina. Sabalenka's going on the attack into the net. She rushed it. 30 love.
Yes, going for the lob. She went for the volley.
That mirror score is fading further and further away. It won't be on Sabalenka's mind. She just wants to break and get herself a chance to serve for the set.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was interesting. So, what's interesting is that we're now from 10, 17 games into this match. We've only had one break of serve,
and it was right at the start. 40 love,
and it was right at the start. It was the first service game. That's what's been the difference at the moment.
Yeah, big difference as well. 40 love. The ace machine, Rybakina, 3 aces a set average this tournament, and she
There we
hit another one for 4-all. We will not get a mirror score. James, we're at 4-all. This is now a good time for this prediction. Are we going to a tiebreak?
Are we going to a tiebreak? I think yes.
I think yes as well.
Yeah. Unless one of these two have a shocker of a service game, it's looking like a tiebreak.
Agreed. Let's see what happens when the pressure starts really ramping up as well. Sabalenka just missed
this is the business end. We've had the little like dance around for the first 8 games, and now we're at the bit where every point matters.
I mean, if you want to include the 9 games in a row we've also had with no breaks, as Sabalenka's gone along with the forehand, love 15, like that's 17 games without a break. Rybakina, we've had break point opportunities for Sabalenka.
It's interesting that Rybakina's, got a foothold already in this service game.
Great first serve from Sabalenka. Return is long from Rybakina. Couldn't quite get it back in play. 15-all.
Yeah, just great serving from Sabalenka. The spot serving's just, it's locked in at the moment.
The Gavin McMillan effect. 3 years on.
Gavin McMillan. Gavin McMillan.
See, we can do the same for Coco Gauff. 15-all. Delivers the first serve again, and it's more into the body. Rybakina just couldn't get over the net. 30-15.
It was a bit too lax, that return, I have to say, from Rybakina.
Yeah, I mean, it was a first serve, so always hard to get a hold of, but that did look possible to get it back over the net. First serve delivered and then goes for the +1. That was actually a really good return from Rybakina to keep herself in this. Backhand over the net. Backhand Rybakina straight at Sabalenka. Forehand inside out. Backhand cross court from Rybakina. Backhand up the line from Sabalenka. Oh! Skins off the baseline. Gets her to game point. 40-15. What a shot from Sabalenka up the line.
That was notable. And just those things with Sabalenka, she gives that first point in the service game goes away. Rybakina, I think she's got a bit of a foothold, and that the door's just been slammed on that foot in this at the moment.
It's a great serve again from Sabalenka. Gets the +1 backhand cross court, forces the error from Rybakina on the run into the net. 5-4. Sabalenka 1 game away from this set. Even bigger game coming up, I would say, Ashley.
Yes, this is going to be the big. What we got, if Rybakina holds, her next 2 service games are going to be huge.
Every game is huge now.
When
you get to 4-all, every game is huge.
And this is where you want to be the person who's serving first at this stage. You want to be keeping your nose in front, knowing that even if there was a little mistake, you had a chance to try and rectify it.
Yeah. That is true. I think it does switch around.
At the beginning of the set, you want to be the person serving second. At the end of the set, you want to be the person serving first.
Yeah, so you want to break quickly if you're serving second. Yeah, it's a fascinating dynamic that we have right now. I'm so excited for the end stage. I want to see, this match has been so good, James. I haven't seen, we're seeing more errors coming in this set, I would say, but they haven't been massively egregious. Nothing we're that wasn't very good.
Yeah, you're not just sitting there going, oh, it's gone wide, didn't it? And it didn't look like it was going to go wide. Like, it feels like even the unforced errors feel forced.
Yeah, they're very much, it feels external, out of external pressure, not internal to the player. So they're mostly good errors if you can have that intent, which I think you can. Great first serve, great return from Sabalenka, +1. Sabalenka's just going to get it over the net. Rybakina dumps her attempt to kind of drop shot into the net, and it's love 15. Sabalenka 3 points from the set. Huge opportunity there. Sabalenka did want to keep the rally going, and I think that was Rybakina tried to do a drop shot, did not execute that well at all. That was we were talking about not messy errors, and that we just saw one. So point number 2 of this game, first serve. Again, in play from Sabalenka, who then tees up the forehand.
All of a
You-
sudden, it's Sabalenka is sniffing the set.
She's done really well to keep herself in this game from 2 first serves from Rybakina that she's got back in play, then putting the pressure on Rybakina to make a mistake, and then that wonderful inside-in winner. And now we're a second serve for Rybakina.
I think the idea of a tiebreaker now is potentially quite a thin prospect.
I would agree. Backhand in play from Sabalenka, forehand from Rybakina. Sabalenka up the middle, inside cross court. Now we've got cross court forehand wide from Rybakina. Rybakina's gone wide with her forehand. It's love 40, 3 set points for Aryna Sabalenka. She has missed 5 break points this match. She has got 3 more to come, and she hasn't had 3 consecutive opportunities. She's had 1, maybe 2 max at a time.
What a time it would be to get the break here as well.
That would make it send a statement going into the third, and you've been sensing that the momentum has slowly been shifting Sabalenka's favour since the middle of the first set. What's going to happen here? First serve wide.
Ooh, I wouldn't be surprised if we have a double fault here.
Second serve comes on. Just in. Now she's going to follow up with the net. Rybakina's coming to the net, trying to defend. Not good enough volley. Sabalenka hits the passage attempt, but Rybakina puts it into the tram lines. And we are going 3 on Rod Laver Arena. And yet again, this is the match we've been waiting for this women's tournament. We have our epic finale, this Australian Open.
It's amazing how the what's felt like the dull slam, the dud slam, literally yesterday and today, it's decided to come alive. It has really decided to come alive.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this on another podcast, but do you remember 2023 was a pretty dud AO until we got Sabalenka Rybakina?
Yeah, that really helped the tournament. I mean, it was, wasn't it? Like, Tsitsipas's match was pretty nondescript against Kachanov. Djokovic came through his quite comfortably. The semi-finals for the women were okay, actually. I think they were all right, but
it was mostly like all right, the tournament, but like, and then we got this, and it was like the match of the year, and we're already in that category. 50-minute 6-4 set, really, really good.
And the best thing is both players. Well, funny enough, Aryna 9 and 9 on winners to unforced errors. Rybakina 10 and 8.
It's really. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so basically, it's good tennis. It's not crap tennis. It's good tennis.
It's such good tennis. Like, it hasn't changed that much. Rybakina made 1 less unforced error that set. Aryna technically made more.
First time Aryna's broken Elena, perfect time to do it as well. And also Sabalenka will be serving first at the beginning of the third. I mean, this is you couldn't time the perfect time to get the break.
Speaking of perfect time for a break, I think it's be a good time to get some water and lubricate the throat before game.
Before the last set.
Before the last set. Sabalenka's just walked out, so I'll be back in like a minute.
Me too. John, could you just do the thingy-majiggy little breaking thing?
Ready? Play.
And if you're wondering what this little thing is, well, let me tell you now, whether it be tea, coffee, or merely water, it tastes so much better from a talking tennis mug. And you know what? They can be yours if you wish to purchase one from our website. We've also got bags and stickers and hoodies and notebooks. Mira Andreeva. T-shirts as well, of course, coming in both black and white. And we've got a classic jumper for you as well, and many, many other things for you to purchase for excellent prices so you can look like some of the coolest people on the tour.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Well, Rybakina is also off court. We're keeping Aryna waiting, keeping us waiting as well. Yeah, let's have a look. We'll wait to see if... we're back.
We're back.
We're back. So
we've been to the little boy's room, and I've got some more water, so we're all good to go.
Rybakina isn't back on court yet, though. Sabalenka's been having a chat with her team. So this is kind of... I think both players obviously took an opportunity to take a break. So in that last set...
Mentality.
Yeah. In that last set, Sabalenka won 36 points and Rybakina won 30, which is fun. Interestingly, says on the website only 9 unforced errors for Sabalenka, not 10, so they must have corrected something. Oh, no, it is 9 unforced errors. So Rybakina had 10 winners, that's why.
Yeah.
So, yeah, based on that, like super, super close. Only 1 unforced error difference in favour of Sabalenka. So, yeah, I think this third set's going to be good, James.
It should be. Hopefully, it's going to be a cracker.
Do you think that this is going to this break is going to affect Aryna's momentum, or do you think she's going to stay locked in?
She'll stay locked in. I mean, I as much as I said, I think I've got Rybakina to win it. My mind was Rybakina to win it in straights. So I think Sabalenka is going to be the favourite going into this last set.
I think this is going to be a very different last set to what we saw in 2023 as well, because that last set, that deciding set was 6-4. Maybe if you want to have something like a mirroring, it'll be a 6-3. But I do not think that this deciding set will be as nervy as we saw towards the end of the 2023 one, where Sabalenka was sort of fighting to get over the line.
Yeah.
I think she's got a lot of stuff.
Do you think Sabalenka could just basically run away with it now?
I don't think she's going to run away with it. I think Elena's going to be too good for that.
Yeah. Just got to be careful. Is that the box that Alcaraz was sick in yesterday?
I'm hoping someone's cleaned that out since yesterday.
Yeah, that'd be practical.
If not, with the Australian heat, the entire stadium's going to smell that.
Well, there's Craig Tyler go, where the blooming hell is she? Oh, there she is. Go on, out you go, out you get.
Yeah, how... So, yeah, what are we thinking? Are you favouring Sabalenka this set then on paper?
Yeah, I'm still going to... I favour Sabalenka. I'm still going to stick with... I think Rybakina could do this.
Yeah.
But I'd favour Sabalenka. And that sounds really weird. It sounds like an oxymoron of a statement.
No, that's how I feel as well. Like, I think Rybakina very much can do this. I have a lot of belief that she can. I kind of...
The win predictor kind of has how we all feel by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Hang on, how's the win predictor still got Elena as the slight favourite?
Maybe there's some kind of statistical thing that it's factoring in.
Yeah.
We don't know about in the formula. But it is basically 50-50 at this point to try and win the Daphne Alcaraz trophy.
Yeah, to pick up Daphne. Well, is it going to be Rybakina for the first time or the third time for Sabalenka? This set will decide.
Sabalenka is serving first, as she has every set so far.
Oh, just slightly wide.
Yeah, definitely wide on that first serve going at the tee. Still, I genuinely don't mind who wins. And I don't think it really matters. I don't think whether you like Igor or not really affects how you feel about who wins. Like, unless you really don't want Sabalenka to get closer in the slam count, I guess. But it doesn't bother me.
That's never a good reason to want to ever back someone, because you just don't like the other person.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's going to affect your favourite.
Like, there's definitely been matches I've rooted for Sabalenka in. 30 love, unreturnable serve for Sabalenka. I mean, this one I'm pretty... I don't know. I think it'll be a cool story either way at this point. There is a part of me that thinks Rybakina would be the better story for her, but only on her minute. and the merits of her.
I mean, there'll be a bigger story for the entire WTA season going into 26 if Rybakina did win it, because it adds another person who is a main player in what's going to happen this year.
Exactly. As Rybakina forces an error from Sabalenka on with a big forehand to the right into the body. Sabalenka's backhand can't be scooped back over. And also, let's face it, if you think about slam counts, like Iga's got 6. This would be Rybakina's second. It wouldn't be that crazy to think that suddenly Rybakina then wins 4 more slams. Not in one go, but 4 or 5 more. It's like... Oh, Sabalenka's missed that first serve just up the tee. Keep an eye on this, because Rybakina definitely felt a bit more confident in that rally with that forehand.
Oh, that's a poor miss.
Yeah, she didn't like the kick on that second serve from Sabalenka, did she?
No, she didn't.
So it's 40-15. Unreturned second serve from Sabalenka. First serve. Oh, she really went for that return. It went in the net. So Sabalenka holds.
That was a nearly.
And the producers kind of pointed this out, which is something I was going to mention. This dawned on me. Another reason why, we're probably feeling more Sabalenka on paper. Rybakina's not had break points since that first game of the whole match.
Yeah. It doesn't really feel like she's been able to get into any Sabalenka service game, even to get it to a juice or anything. Like maybe once. We had it once, and that was about it.
So I did understand what you meant. I knew, that's what I said, Sabalenka getting closer to Iga in the slam count. But I know what you mean by that. I'm just saying that don't rule out the possibility that then if Rybakina wins, she suddenly goes on a tear of slams. So yeah, since we've had a deuce of we've had a deuce for Sabalenka once since, but that's about it. 15 love Rybakina. And Sabalenka's got her hand to her head. What do we do? $15 love.
Yeah.
First serve into the net. And it also does feel like, because Rybakina she's going for so much, she's the one who's making more errors. Oh, as talking of going for a lot, that's an excellent backhand return winner from Sabalenka, who really went for it on that second serve return. 15 all. So, I mean, so this is, obviously, Sabalenka's going for 3 Australian Opens here. She's got 2 US, so she'll be on 5 slams after this, which is, you've definitely went into all-time great territory with that. Same amount as Maria Sharapova.
Oh, into the net there.
From Sabalenka, 30-15. Yeah, she tied with Sharapova. I think there's another big player from the past who's got 5. But name just escapes me. 30-15. First serve into the net from Rybakina. A lot of tension in this match still. Second serve delivered. Sabalenka goes on the attack, right on the baseline that lands, and then goes again for the inside in. Winner, 30 all. What another forehand from Sabalenka. She's all over this Rybakina second serve now. What is this Sabalenka trying to manufacture another break to start the third? Because that would really make a difference in this match. First serve just missed from Rybakina. Second serve. Sabalenka's going to be looking to step in and attack this return as she's had, but she gets a T-serve to deal with. Backhand, Rybakina just clears the net. Backhand Sabalenka up the line. Forehand cross court from Rybakina. Got another forehand cross court. Trading. Sabalenka's going for so much on these shots. She's pushing Elena back. Now Elena's got the backhand cross court. Backhand trading at the moment. Still trading. Still trading. Still going.
Oh, wow.
And what a cross court winner from Sabalenka. 30-40. Rybakina couldn't even hope to get a racket on it. How it was so close to her that it just skips through, I don't know. 30-40. What a rally. She's really accelerated through the angle, saw the space. It was too good. This is it. 40. This is 30-40. Rybakina needs a first serve here. Can't find it. It's into the net. And when she's been digging herself out of trouble with these first serves up to now, that's been the difference maker. She now doesn't have it. Second
and she
serve.
gets the break.
Oh, backhand return winner from Sabalenka. 2-love. And you really feel now, you have to feel now that the momentum is with Aryna Sabalenka here, James.
It is. It is. The train is in the Sabalenka station at this stage.
The question is, how much tension is there going to be in getting over the line? Because at what point she broke relatively early in that? Well, when did she break in that 2023 final?
Good question.
That's for someone like a Vance or maybe a John, who'd probably remember.
But it is bizarre how cookie cutter, barring the couple of the score numbers, it's being from what happened in. What's happened? Happened in 23 to this match.
I mean, their dynamic is
just go long. Just go long.
Oh, that mid-court forehand near the net, short ball, should have put it away. Didn't. Love 15. Has she looked too far ahead to the finish line?
There's still 4 games, Sabalenka. There's still four games you need to win.
And she's reminding herself to lock back in. She's pointing to her head going, she knows she's lost her focus a bit in that point. Gets the focus back. No, she doesn't. That net post light came on quite late. It is long on the first serve. Second serve delivery to the backhand cross court for Rybakina. Backhand up the line. Oh, too good. 15 all. For this. So that's going to, again, give her, just restore a little bit of equilibrium for Sabalenka in this game after, calm the nerves a bit. As you say, James, still 4 games.
Still a long way to go. And at the moment, Rybakina is actually made. She's now fully in this service game.
Yeah, she she took advantage of a short ball, came in and put away a forehand. 15-30.
I mean, potentially, could this be a bit of a blessing in disguise for Rybakina, really to wake her up into trying something different on the Sabalenka serve? She's kind of been sleepwalking a bit the last set and a bit.
I do wonder if she's just got a defensive, and then now she knows she has to attack to have a chance.
Do what she did in that first service game of the first set.
Yeah. But yeah, she knows she has to attack now to stay in this match, to get this match back on terms and give herself a hope of winning this first Australian Open title. Second Grand Slam. 30-all Sabalenka. First serve into the net. Oh, a 30-all point with a second serve. There is no tension like it. It happens so often. You can almost guarantee that at a 30-all point. And as Sabalenka abandons the ball toss, still ratcheting up. Now you can feel it. As she delivers the second serve, Rybakina goes on the attack right back at her. Trading forward. Sabalenka's long. Break back point, Rybakina.
First break point that Rybakina has had since the first service game of the first set.
big opportunity
now,
here.
I know it's still early in the set, but it feels a bit now or never-y.
Yeah, I'd agree. Sabalenka, 2-love, 30-40. First serve. Rybakina gets a forehand on it. Oh, it's a let. It's a let.
Let
We're
go.
resetting. Thank you to the producer who's told us that Sabalenka broke at 3-3 in the deciding set in 2023. So the pattern is not quite the same. First serve delivered. Rybakina just scoops over. Forehand. Oh! Mid-court forehand winner from Sabalenka, cross-court. That was the almost the shot that she should have won on the first point of this game. She's raw and she's shouting, ready. I mean, she's always really loud, but that was extra loud, knowing that she's just got herself out of trouble there.
Interestingly, no hindrance calls yet.
Well, not that we'd know.
Yeah.
Unreturnable serve.
Sabalenka here for a chance to basically get herself halfway home.
Advantage Sabalenka. Huge serve. Rebecca's got it back in play. She's got to get to it. Scoops it up. Sabalenka's got an overhead to finish. She finishes it.
Away. 3-love.
Huge hold indeed. 3-love. We're changing
3 more
ends.
games Sabalenka needs, and she'll be picking up Daphne for the 3rd time in her career.
And she was so close in 2020, in 2025 as well. I mean, if you're an Australian,
it still feels like I keep writing 2025 whenever I write the dates. Nick, it's still so hard to get used to the fact we're in 26.
I know. I'll tell you what, if you're an Australian fan, I don't think you could be too bored by Sabalenka quotes dominance, because apart from 2024, she gives a lot of entertainment on the way. Like, it always seems to be close finals with her, even if she seems to be winning them most of the time.
Yeah, barring that 24 final, I mean, that was a horror show. Barring that final, they've all been pretty decent finals.
Yeah.
And we get the uninterrupted coverage of this deciding set is brought to you by Rolex.
Well, not here on Talking Tennis. It's brought to you by
Not
Tennis
here on
Warehouse Europe, though.
Yeah, it is brought to you by that one. We just get that as a little fun notification that pops up on our screen.
Yeah, this is what you get on the UK coverage. Yeah, this is the match I think we've been waiting for. This is definitely the best match of the tournament, regardless of how this goes.
Oh, yeah, on the women's side, definitely.
On the women's side, yeah. Well, maybe, let's see. Unless it's like a 6-love set or something.
Oh, yeah. Then we're scraping around to find which one was better than this.
There was the first serve. Great first serve from Rybakina, who's going to be the one chasing. The producer's mentioning Goff Mukova, which is the only other sort of, that was the last 3-setter we had this tournament in the women's. Was that any good? I didn't see it. And
it was too early in the day for me. I didn't watch it.
If anyone in the live chat saw it, please tell us.
Yeah, it's this phantom match that none of us saw.
Yeah, I think I looked at the score and I went, I'm not watching that back. It looked a bit messy.
Yeah.
That was the only 3-set match in round 4. Forehand Rybakina up the middle. Drop shot Sabalenka, and it's just too good. It's just too deft, and it's 30-15.
I mean, it wasn't any better in the 3rd round, really. I mean, the best one looking at it score-wise was Putin Savers, Zainab Zomez, and which was 3 sets. And there was some pretty tight sets in the Mboko Towson match.
With that one, I think I heard good things about the Mboko Towson one. Putin Savers Zomez was just loud. With all the Turkish fans there. Right. 30-15. Rybakina, second serve.
Ooh,
Backhand on the attack for Sabalenka. Winner. 30-all. Wow. It really feels like Sabalenka's in the groove now. And Rybakina doesn't look like she knows what to do. We've got to be careful
now. because if Sabalenka wins this game, that's all she wrote. It'll feel like.
Pretty much.
Good serve, just when she needed it.
That was the Rybakina from the first and second sets. Not the Rybakina from the end of the second, beginning of the third. 40-30. She knows she needs to keep this kind of level up. She knows that the first strike is critical for her in this match. Great first serve again, unreturnable.
First serves got her out of trouble there.
On the board in this deciding set, can she put the pressure on Aryna in the same way as Aryna put pressure on her in that first set? But in a decider, it's very different. The pressure is magnified when you're doing the chasing, when you're being chased.
It's pressure everywhere. Pressure.
And in pressure, diamonds are forged and you get some real diamonds at the top of the game. Oh, what a return from Rybakina to start off with. And now she's got the short ball to put away at the net. Wow, she really ripped that forehand. Love 15.
Good start. I mean, what would be beneficial for her really is that she can get like love 30 up or whatnot, because she hasn't been, clearly in the lead on a Sabalenka service game as of yet.
No, like she had one break point. Like it was a very slight advantage. Again, she had 15-40 in that opening service game for the match. Sabalenka's serve is out.
Oh, and the ball boy Carlos is struggling to get this ball.
The tennis is just still so good.
Backhand right to the feet of Sabalenka.
Keeps the forehand in play.
Wide from Rybakina, just going for too much.
Yeah,
Average
dragged it wide.
Forehand speeds have dramatically dropped for Rybakina at this set.
That was a chance there for Rybakina. She just needed to really. She didn't quite execute on the forehand. Sabalenka delivers the serve to the backhand of Rybakina. Backhand cross-court Sabalenka. Still trading backhands now. Slice from Sabalenka into the net. 15-30. That's an unforced error from Sabalenka. Well, no, I'll call it forced, actually. That's harsh.
It was a bit of a bizarre choice to go for, really. This slice, this all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know whether she felt like she needed to because of the pace Rybakina threw at her, or whether she felt the need to just change the pace. But again, another pressure service game for Sabalenka. Delivers the first serve. Rybakina's got it back.
What a backhand down the line.
Oh, that's good. 15-40. This is what you were talking about, James. This is what Rybakina needed. A couple of back-to-back chances on the Sabalenka serve to get back in this match.
This is what she needs. A couple of points. Can you do it? Can you do it, Elena?
Clean execution on that backhand. Beautiful.
Face of thunder on the other side of the court.
First serve delivered. Rybakina's got the return in play. Forehand up the line. Tight from Aryna. Backhand to the forehand of Rybakina. Right back at Aryna. Who's put it in the net? We're back on serve. It's 3-2.
Gets the break back.
Oh, we have a match here on Rod Laver Arena.
That's the Rybakina. That's the Rybakina return game she needed.
It's 3-2 after 27 minutes. What a battle we have. This is what we needed. I am loving this match, James. What can Rybakina do? Does she have the momentum now?
She has to hold now, though. She's behind on the score still, so it really. But she can hold. You never know. Is Sabalenka's head about to get scrambled?
Who knows? I mean, it did feel like as soon as Sabalenka took that break advantage, Rybakina was suddenly in the return games again.
It's why I said I actually think it could have been a bit of a blessing in disguise. Really, it just won't have to wake Rybakina up to the fact she just couldn't keep doing what she did in that second set, which was just passive return games. She had to take it on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, it wasn't like she wasn't trying to be first strike in the second set, but I don't think she had that sense of urgency in the same way. And also, I do think Sabalenka could set things up to try and smother things a bit, do what she does. Oh, but that's big. That's big twist coming up. All right. Now, how's Rybakina going to handle being back on serve? Because she knows she needs to consolidate.
Preferably, she would want a comfortable service game here. She'd want to get back on Sabalenka's serve as soon as possible.
First serve out.
Just slightly wide.
Yeah, I thought, oh, that's looking good for an ace, and then it landed wide. Second serve, backhand in play from Sabalenka. Backhand cross, and Sabalenka overhits that.
Was a phenomenal third ball from Rybakina, literally onto the line, right at the feet of Sabalenka.
Sabalenka couldn't control the backhand and put it in the net.
Just off balance, just couldn't get any real control. I mean, not only did it go in the net, but it was going to go well wide even if it did go over the net.
Very good from Rybakina behind that second serve. And the first serve is landed. Now she's got a +1 forehand cross court, which Sabalenka somehow gets to. So Rybakina,
no, too much on it.
Yeah.
She's had too much on that. It needed to be in. That was all it needs to be.
Yeah, she went for too much. I think Sabalenka getting to that previous forehand kind of knocked her a bit. 15 all.
She thought she could get it done in 5, not in 7.
And that's given Sabalenka some belief. Has it knocked Rybakina's confidence? She needs the first serve to really be working right now. Misses it.
Wide.
So second serve coming up for Rybakina. And it does feel like some of that momentum is now gone again. But that second serve was really good on the kick on the tee. Sabalenka couldn't get a hand on the backhand and she's put it in the net. 30-15. Interestingly, yeah, the kick into the Sabalenka backhand, still not ideal. Especially on the deuce side. That worked. Oof, for first serve into the net again from Rybakina, though. She's really having to scrap her way through this next service game. Backhand from Sabalenka. Oh, so good. Right on the line. And it's 30 all. And Rybakina couldn't really get any sort of thing other than a frame on it. And the pressure is ratcheting back up on Rybakina as Sabalenka is looking to re-establish the advantage in this deciding set. It's 30 all again. First serve. Oh, wide. Went for T serve.
Millimeters.
I don't know if it was a close call, but anyway. Second serve delivered. Backhand from Sabalenka. Backhand long from Rybakina. It was right at her. She
has the chance to get the break back. She has the chance to get the break back.
The Rybakina fans in the crowd are stressed. 30-40. This is where Rybakina needs that first serve. This is where Sabalenka's hoping for a second. First serve out. She tried to go out wide.
The ball toss looked a little bit too far forward.
It's that first serve always seems to go. She always seems to operate at like 50%. Don't know how she wins all these matches. Second serve. Sabalenka on the attack. Wide. Just missed that attack.
Ooh.
She
really, close, to be honest, but yeah. Wow.
She wanted to rip that backhand return cross court, and she did, but it ended up going in the tram lines. That was, she's now 2 from 8 on break point, Sabalenka. First serve from Rybakina is in, and it's returned. Advantage Rybakina. Is that backhand return from Sabalenka going to be a talking point? We've hit the 2-hour mark, James.
We've had the 2 hour mark. It's your fans in the audience. You've got your money's worth.
Another first serve found from Rybakina, and the return is well long. It's too good from Rybakina right now for Sabalenka to handle. It is 3 games all. And remember the stat.
One of these 2 people on the court right now are going to be 3 or 4 games away from escalation or what's the bad word? Like the ones we feel down. My mind's gone. Even my brain's scrambled. Rybakina scrambled my brains, not Sabalenka's.
Yeah, well, let's see how scrambled.
Devastation. There we go. That's good work.
Let's see how scrambled Sabalenka's brain is. She's missed the first serve going up the tee. Remember what I said? What was it before? In 2023, the decisive break came at 3-all in the deciding set. Would it go to Rybakina this time, who goes for that return on the second serve cross court? Now backhand with the cross court, and Sabalenka nets, and she's got her arms out, frustrated. And Sabalenka's unraveling. How on earth have we gone from Sabalenka having all the momentum from breaking for 2-love, holding for 3-love, and then Rybakina storming back?
Yeah, there's a point where she was 2 points away from being 4-love up.
That's a let. We have a let.
This just shows that the absolute madness but brilliance of the tennis scoring system.
We are already at potentially a classic match, regardless.
That's long.
That's
second serve coming.
What kind of plot twist are we having here? Aryna needs to refocus. Delivers the first serve.
Oh, bad return from Rybakina.
I mean, it was quite a meaty second serve, to be fair. It did seem to have pace and kick, but plenty of margin. But yeah, Rybakina should have at least found the court with it. It kind of... The racket face was probably pointing too far up. Sabalenka delivers the first serve. She gets it in. Rybakina's somehow scrambles it back, slice for the forehand, backhand. Rybakina and
that was so low. It causes the mistake.
Yeah, because Sabalenka tried to get underneath it with the backhand, ends up scooping it well wide. So it's 15-30.
She's working her legs, trying to get some blood pumping.
Well, she knows she's got an opportunity here. She's trying to keep herself motivated, ready to attack. Goes for that return, but it doesn't matter because the first serve is long. What is happening here? This match has gone crazy. Second serve delivery, backhand cross court, huge. Oh, Sabalenka really tried to go for the backhand up the line. She's put it in the top of the net, and it's break points for Rybakina to take the lead again in this match.
2 break points to win a 4th game in a row.
That's another attempt at a haymaker backhand from Sabalenka, this time up the line.
Two break points.
First serve found.
First one is saved. It was a good one out wide from Sabalenka.
30-40. Yeah, hit the corner of the box. Rybakina puts the return into the net. 30-40. Another one to save. This is going to be critical now. Delivers another serve. Wide.
Wide.
Just missed it. Producer thinks we're going to get a double fault. We don't. Backhand and play from Rybakina. We're trading backhand. She has to scramble back. Forehand into the net from Sabalenka.
Is it the net? Rybakina is now a break up in the final set from being 3-love down to now being 4-3 with a break up.
What is this match?
Oh my days! 4 games in a row. 4 games. They've been starved of breaks in the first 2 sets, and all of a sudden they're coming like crazy.
slapped forehand into the net from Sabalenka. Don't know what was going on there. It was a really neutral point, and then she tried to go for too much. It feels like Sabalenka's put herself under a bit of pressure to go for too much.
She's put herself under some pressure now. She's a breakdown in the final set. Crikey.
And as our producer has noted, when finals get close, Sabalenka tends to collapse.
No, but then the big thing is going to be how well can Rybakina's serve hold up under the biggest of pressures.
And that's the thing as well.
Yes.
We have Ghosty back.
Ghost, this is the first time I've seen he's in the chat, mate. Of course, you're going to mention Matt Bukoff. Yeah.
So with Rybakina, and that's the thing to talk about Rybakina's pressure, because if we remember, like Rybakina stopped attacking once she was ahead. And that kind of, as that developed throughout the first and second sets. So, yeah, I think we have to bear in mind that it could get nervy again. 4-3, Rybakina serving out, and we've got a second serve. Backhand in play from Sabalenka. Forehand up the middle. Drop shot Sabalenka. Rybakina comes in. And
wonderful from Sabalenka.
Love 15. Wow, I mean, like, what a pass. And it's like Sabalenka's locked back in and Rybakina is getting nervous again. Love 15. Here we go. Rybakina delivers the first serve in play unreturned, 15-all. Ghosty, to answer your question, how's the quality of play been? I think it's been really, really good. It's gotten nervy recently, but it's not. It's gotten nervy recently and nervier as the match has gone on, but not to the point where it's awful tennis or anything like that. They're both still able to really crack the ball and go for it. Great serve from Rybakina, and then backhand +1 to finish at the net, 30-15. I mean, James, what would you say about the quality of the match so far, to answer Ghosty's question?
It is 9 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10, this quality.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
This has been, the Australian Open has come alive. It has come alive at the last possible but right possible time.
And the perfect time to come alive is the final weekend to show off how good tennis can be to the biggest possible audience. And it's first serve into the net from Rybakina, trying to maintain this break advantage and get to a game away from a second Grand Slam title. Backhand and the attack from Sabalenka.
I thought I was in.
So did I. And it was close. We got the close call signs, but she just missed it. And it's 40-15.
Can Rybakina win a 5th game in a row?
Sabalenka's now talking to her team about what she should have done. How things aren't going well. 40-15. Rybakina delivers the first serve in play. Sabalenka gets it back.
Just snatched at that, really.
I think that was a good return, though, from Sabalenka.
It was. It was. It just felt like, there was, yeah.
It was a good return. I don't know, like, Elena was super rushed on that forehand. 40-30. Huge serve.
Great serve.
Unreturnable. 5-3. Sabalenka 7
game away. 1 game away from Rybakina picking up a second ever Grand Slam title.
And making up for the pain of Australia 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Where she was pretty close.
As Sabalenka just throws a racket to the ground.
Jean's right. Jean is right. Rybakina's level from 3 love down has been sensational. She's really been going for it, and she's scrambled Sabalenka. 87 points each won in this match.
Now the big question is, can Sabalenka stop the bleeding. Really, she's lost the last 5 games in a row.
We're into a rally now. Forehand to forehand. Raw hand redirect cross court from Sabalenka. That might answer your question. She's not going to go down without a fight.
Not going anywhere yet. Just like yesterday, the loser might win more points. That's tennis. Yeah. It's not about winning the most points. It's about winning the right points.
First serve is off the top of the net and out. 15 love. Hopefully back forehand up the line. Up the middle of the court. She picked. Yeah. 30 love Sabalenka. It wasn't up the line. It was more up the middle. But Rybakina was so far out of the court that she may as well have the line.
And she was all sort of stranded in no man's land there, like right in the middle of the court.
Oh, I can hear out calls coming from your stream, James.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that better? Sorry about that. There we
go. Unreturnable serve from Sabalenka, 40 love. And she's probably wondering where this service game was a while ago. Okay. 40 love Sabalenka.
I mean, this has turned into quite a comfortable service game. Just what Sabalenka needed, really.
You say she's missed a T serve.
Yeah, very well.
And they've got a cracked backhand return from Rybakina that forces the error from Sabalenka, and it's 40-15.
Rybakina's like, hang on a minute, I'm not giving up on winning 6 in a row.
You shouldn't try and win it as soon as you can.
Yeah.
May as well. Because if you don't necessarily see you get another chance. Huge return off a first serve, but that is a brilliant follow-up. Sabalenka's got an overhead. No, it's out.
So it will be down to Rybakina here. Can she? It's 4 points. Can she win those 4 points to win the title?
Yeah, I mean, that last point, there was some great striking from both, but Sabalenka somehow managed to put the ball in an awkward spot that Elena couldn't really return into. We are here. 5-4 Rybakina. What do you think, James? I think we're in for a nervy finish, James. I'm not going to lie. I could see Sabalenka breaking back here, or at least having chances.
Used to it. It's never easy. It's never easy. It's going to be nervy.
Don't forget, Rybakina had match points against her in that Berlin quarterfinal last year, which Sabalenka ended up winning in the tiebreak. If we did get to a tiebreak, reminder it'd be first to 10 in this case. But obviously, after that Berlin quarterfinal, as I mentioned before, we then had that relatively straightforward Rybakina win at the WTA finals.
Yes.
So yeah. There you go. If Sabalenka wins 2 points on the Elena serve, but Elena serves it out, Sabalenka would have won more points, but not by much.
Still like 15. John, it's not over yet. It's not over. You never know. They could get broken here. It could get broken here.
Rybakina.
Oh, goes long.
Well out. First serve is well out. Second serve delivery. Sabalenka, awkward return, but gets it in. Now they're trading forehands. Little bit tentative right now. But still great striking.
That was snatches of that one.
Yeah, that was a bit of a faded forehand from Rybakina that doesn't even reach the net. Love 15. Tentative. Remember that finale from the last time we played an Australian Open final between these two? 6-4. Sabalenka saving break points, missing championship points before finally getting over the line. Roles reversed.
Oh, just got slightly long there from Rybakina. This is not the start you'd want.
This is how I thought it was going to go. I thought it'd be nervy. Second serve. Sabalenka on the attack. Forehand cross court from Rybakina. Cross court, forehands.
Up the line.
Huge up the line winner from Rybakina.
She needed that. That is a confidence booster in this nervy game.
I literally blinked and I missed it. It was that quick.
Nick.
I literally blinked and I went, where did the ball go?
Well, it's sailed right into the ditch at the back of the court.
Rybakina delivers a first serve. Sabalenka gets a racket on it and we're into a rally. Backhand cross court from Rybakina. Now she's going to tee up a forehand.
Oh, what a forehand winner again.
What two excellent winners so far this game from Elena Rybakina.
Oh, she's going to have to win it playing well. That's what we're finding out here. It's going to have to be one playing well.
2 points away from
2 points away
for a first Australian Open title, a title that we've kind of been waiting for her to win in some ways, especially after that final in 2023 and the Brisbane result in 24. Delivers the first serve. I think I might have said Rybakina was the favourite in 24, actually. Second serve coming up. Sabalenka goes on the attack with the backhand. Excellent winner on the return. And it's 30-all.
We're either 2 points away from this continuing or 2 points away from the champion.
And depending on how this works out, Sabalenka will still probably have lost this match having won more points.
Yeah.
Or potentially, anyway.
What a serve!
Excellent.
What a serve!
Right in the corner of the tee. It wasn't an
championship point. Championship point.
This is the second time in her career she's been at championship point in a Grand Slam final. Martina Navratilova and Angie Kerber are watching on. Former champions here. Will Elena Rybakina... First
she does it!
It's an instant finish! Elena Rybakina is the Australian Open champion of 2026. What a way to finish. Standard understated celebration. Standard understated celebration. A smile and a fist pump, and she's waving to the crowd. There's no jumping. There's no falling. There's no screaming. It's just a satisfied smile from the Ice Queen, Elena Rybakina, who finally lifts a second Grand Slam and is a multi-slam champion. And the big four of the WTA is back on. Because now we have Coco Gauff holding a slam, Iga Swiatek holding a slam, Aryna Sabalenka holding a slam, and Elena Rybakina holding a slam. This has been a long time coming. And what a way to win it. When she looked like the momentum was against her, she turned it on, she turned it up, and she went for it.
Oh,
James, I'm going to let you get a word in edgeways here.
No, you talk. It is, it's been utterly phenomenal from Rybakina from start to finish this tournament. Is able to play a game which matches Sabalenka. That was seen here. It is something that she is, as good as Rybakina has. The idea of it just being one Grand Slam title would have just been unfair. It would have felt like for her career, and but the revenge from 23. The fact that we now have another name who has, and it shows as well. We talk about, is there anything we can read into the back end of seasons of people picking up WTA, finals titles or winning those titles in Beijing or Wuhan? Well, this proves that there is something that can be read there. She was showing the great form at the back end of the season, qualified by the skin of her teeth for the WTA finals, wins it, and then comes here with that momentum and. Just the winning to be 3-love down in that third set, to it looking as though it's Sabalenka's for the third time, to win 5 games in a row, hold, break, hold, break, hold. and then to serve it out with the ace out wide. I mean, oh my God, and she's going to be picking up Daphne. Well done, Rybakina, really well done. And she's back at the top of the women's game. Somebody we're always going to have to consider and go for on brackets into the future. I mean, oh my days! I don't know if any of that made any sense, Nick, but
it made sense. It did make sense, right? John, you have been watching from behind the scenes. What are your thoughts on that match?
Well, I think Elena Rybakina is no longer the ice queen, but the ace queen. That final game, she was obviously under a bit of pressure, gets to 30 all. And yet also, if we think about the 4 points that she won in that final game, that was Elena Rybakina at her best. An unreturned serve, 2 incredible forehand winners, extremely brave given the pressure, and then sealed it with an ace. So maybe she's also the ice queen as well in terms of ice in her veins, in terms of the fact that she was obviously cool under pressure. But honestly, that was Elena Rybakina's service game in a nutshell. The only thing that probably didn't appear was there probably weren't enough second serves in there, because actually second serves is something that she's also become known for in terms of the fact that she's getting about 50% in, which is a really low amount, as we said before. But also in terms of the match itself, Aryna once again in a Grand Slam final with some regrets. 3-love up, and you think that probably she's home and dry until she got under pressure on her serve in the next service game at 3-1 and then 15-40. In fact, even that 3-love game, I think it wasn't a comfortable hold for Rybakina. It might have got to 30 all or something like that, and you're thinking, hang on a second, we get a double break here, and that is pretty much it. But Aryna wasn't able to break then, and then obviously gets broken herself. She gets to 15-40, Aryna. She gets a good serve in. I think it might have been an unreturned one, and she wins that point. But then ultimately, she's broken back. And that was the final momentum shift in a way, because it was 4 games in a row that we'd see Rybakina end up winning. Or was it even 5? 4 or 5? Does she get to 5-3? I think she probably does. Yeah, so it's 5 games in a row for Rybakina, and that was the crucial period of the match. And yet also kind of weird, because of course the match itself, we see that Sabalenka won more points, just 1 more than Rybakina, but 1 more all the same. So I'm just going to have a quick look at the actual points scored. Yeah, actually 92 each. My bad. I thought that she would have to just get 2 points to end up having more points than Open, but 92 each anyway. So there you go. But look at this stat regarding break points won. It's not quite Jannik Sinner levels of regret in terms of 2 from 18, but 2 from 8 will disappoint her. And of course, the fact that she was a breakup as well. She did do a drop shot right near the end of the match, and that brought Elena into the net. And I would like to have seen that a little bit more, because I don't feel super comfortable with Elena at the net. I think she's very passable. But listen, Elena wins her 2nd Grand Slam title, and as you said, Nick, a long time coming.
Well, long time coming. Like, I've been treating her in my head as almost a multi-slam champion, and we've been wondering where that's going to happen. And I think here was going to be one of her best opportunities to do it. We know she also likes Australia. She was always down as the person who could stop Aryna Sabalenka, who, let's face it, looked incredible this tournament up to today. Even today, she looked good. I don't think Aryna Sabalenka did a lot wrong during this match. Like, yes, 2 from 8. Most of those break points saved, if not the vast majority, were Rybakina coming in clutch with a serve or a serve +1. Like, again, this is why I don't necessarily take mental snapshots of points. So one of you two might have to remind me, but I can't think of a break point where Aryna could have done more to convert it. And that also underlines the quality of this match. It's 92 points each. This scoreline is maybe not like as deep as close. You could get like a 7-5 or a 7-6, but at any stage, but it felt like it. And if anything, Rybakina was the one who was kind of up and down and a bit more tentative at points. Sabalenka, okay, maybe how she got broken, there was some mistakes in there as she, in the 3rd set, not the first set. The first set, like that service game was immense from Rybakina. That return game was immense from Rybakina.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah. But the 3rd set, I think Sabalenka got a bit tight once she got the advantage. That is the only criticism I can level at her, because she did whatever she could to keep the pressure on Rybakina to serve it out. She held relatively comfortably. She took went full attack on every second serve she got in that final service game from Rybakina. Like, I have very little notes on Aryna. I know we're going to be talking about that record of hers, like in Slam finals, because
4-4 is okay. It's just normal.
Good.
It's fine.
You still won 4 Grand Slam titles. I mean, that makes you
4-1-4 lost. It's not a. The problem is the nature of the losses. I mean, you think of Coco Gauff. She seemed to be in control of that Grand Slam final. Didn't win it. Today, she was in control until the middle part of the third set, if you like, 3-love up. Didn't win it. The Coco Gauff one as well in the French Open. Huge opportunity missed there as well. And the Madison Keys one as well. 1 or 2 points. Obviously, she gets broken at 5-6, and that's that. So, yeah, missed opportunities. And that's how her 2025 was. I also think that she is the best prepared player to win a calendar slam. I think that that's not going to happen now this year with Rybakina, just because I don't think she's got the game necessarily, or the movement in particular, to win a French Open title. But obviously, that's a long way down the line. But yeah.
Is Rybakina going to win a calendar slam? I think she could. She's good on all surfaces.
No. She's never been past the quarters at the French, I don't think.
No, but she's won titles on clay.
Stuttgart, yeah. And how much stock do you put in Stuttgart?
No, she's won Rome.
Oh, yeah, Rome as well. Yeah, Rome as well. She's not winning the French Open, I'm telling you that now.
I think there was
Never say never, John. Never say never.
Like, I think there was a year, she lost in a really tough deciding set to Pavlyuchenkova in 2021.
She also lost a tough one to Iga, but she's just not coming through Iga, Aryna, Coco, etc. Of course, now with her being world number 3, I think she's certainly 3, even if she lost. I don't think she can go to 2 today with that win, but she's obviously a bit closer to Iga by winning it. So yeah, that'll obviously help her in the future, and she should stay there. It's criminal.
She's only around 350 points behind Iga.
Yeah, right. But what's Iga defending? Really not a huge
not
amount.
A lot up until Wimbledon.
No, exactly. No. And I think she'll make up some ground during that clay court season, which was underwhelming by her stance last year.
So, yeah, I mean, look, we can talk about Aryna as we're looking at focusing on now, and I think we'll probably see her runners-up speech in a minute. But she's stepping up now, like, yeah, it is the nature of the losses.
Can either of you hear what she's saying? Because I've had to leave my living room because I've got workmen in the kitchen. So can either of you hear what she's saying, by the way?
No.
Okay.
No, I can't put it on mute.
No, I have to have it on mute because I don't have headphones.
Don't worry.
So she's got her runners up plate. But yeah, I don't think today was... You're right in terms of Aryna Sabalenka's losses, like not being great historically in slam finals. But I will also say this one wasn't that bad. This one really
I agree, Nick, but that's not how you feel, though. You know, we've seen her... It's tough when you're breaking up.
It isn't how that is how I feel.
I know it's how you feel, but it's not how she'll feel. Sorry, not when I said you, I should have said we don't have you plural in English, but it's like you generally, you know, tennis players.
As losing it in the immediate moment, it's gonna suck for her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope you're right. I think generally, so I spoke to Shane Leonage last year, her data guy who we saw from time to time today as well. The French Open was the one last year that hurt the most. I spoke to him and asked him which was the final that locked, you know, because there was quite a few obviously close finals that got away from her last year, and it was the French Open that hurt the most. I think you're right. I think this one will hurt right now. But I think that that French Open, because of all sorts of different reasons, and her having never won the French Open before, I think that was particularly painful.
Watching her body language here, she's smiling. She looks like she's making some kind of joke. Like, it does hurt, but it's not. She's not sulky in the same way as she was after losing to Coco Gauff in those 2 finals that she lost to Gauff. Or she's not. I can't remember how she was after. No, she smashed her racket after losing to Keys.
And also Coco Gauff as well in 2023. Couple of racket matches, one on court, one backstage.
She's not reacting that extremely right now.
No. But it'll be the break points. I'll have to watch them all again to remember. I think you're right. I mean, by the way, I mentioned the Ace Queen to start this conversation because also last year, Elena Rybakina won, served the most aces on the tour. And in fact, I think it was the most since Pliskova 2016, maybe. Does that sound about right? I think there was a lot of stats going around in the WTA finals, and she wasn't far off overtaking that. And to be honest with you, she didn't go deep in any of the slams last year. As in, like, I don't even know she made a quarterfinal at a slam in the whole of last year. She lost to Iga the French in the 4th round. She lost to Madison Keys in the 4th round at the Australian Open. Wimbledon, I don't even remember who she lost to at Wimbledon. Can anyone remind me?
I think she retired.
Did she? Rybakina Wimbledon.
I can't remember what happened at Wimbledon to her.
I know that she didn't go far in New York. She lost. Traditionally does.
She lost to Towson in the 3rd round, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that match. It was really good, to be fair, and could have gone either way, despite it being a straight sets match. But yeah. So
and then 4th round of the US Open, she lost, but I don't remember who to.
No, exactly. So she didn't get to a single quarterfinal last year, which is also criminal. Which explains why she didn't. So if she'd have gone deeper in 1 or 2 of those slams, I'm sure she would have gone past that ace record for last year. And I think she's easily the person with the most aces at this tournament too. Which also, bearing in mind, she only gets 50% of first serves in, is also quite special.
And she's not only got the most aces, she's got the trophy. She's literally just put it down to do her winner's speech.
There we go.
Got the silverware.
Gene says US Open loss was to Vondrousova.
Sorry, say again?
US Open loss was to Vondrousova.
I am Vondrousova, yeah. Who then subsequently pulled out the tournament.
Yes.
To give Aryna a bye or a walkover to the semis, I think it would have been. Yeah, and who knows how that quarterfinal would have panned out if they'd have played each other. But yeah, regarding Rybakina, I mean, the sky's the limit. She should, as you said, I think at least once during commentary, she should have won multiple slams before now. It's incredible that 22 Wimbledon wasn't an opening the floodgates moment, but this might be. I think she certainly seems to be at the most stable she's ever been in her career in so many respects. And yeah, she looks the happiest she's been on court for a long time. I mean, she's not that expressive anyway, but there doesn't seem to be so much agitation. That helps when you're winning tennis matches. But yeah, let battle commence. I think it's going to be another exceptional year on the WTA Tour. Unfortunately, we're starting to get some 3-setters again, having gone such a long time in this tournament without one. It felt like quite a while ago since that Coco Gauff muck of a match. But yeah, what about this? Where does this match come in terms of quality and breathlessness and twists and turns? How does it compare to the final in 2023, do we think? I think it's close.
It is close.
Yeah, it's close. I mean, you got to remember for that one, the big thing was, can Sabalenka get over the line finally?
Storyline just a little better, I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, that was the big question. And when she went to set down, it was like, oh no, here we go again with Sabalenka. She's not going to be able to get it done. Whereas, yeah, this one, I mean, there wasn't really a major big storyline. Okay, granted, it was Rybakina getting the second, but it wasn't as though Rybakina was going for the first, or it wasn't what it was last year, which was Sabalenka going for the three-peat, something that was been very rarely done. This time around, it was just Rybakina getting the second, really showing that she's going to be one of the big forces going into the rest of the season, and certainly we've got a couple of months coming up where they've got big tournaments, with the Sunshine Double, where she's won each one of those two at least once. So there's a potential chance that certainly for the next couple of months we could see a Rybakina dominance going forward.
Has she won the Miami?
Yeah. Who we talking about? Who?
Rybakina. She's lost the final a couple of times.
Don't think she won Miami. No.
She's lost to Collins and Kvitova in Miami, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She has won in Wales.
Yeah, but I will say, so like on this question, like, yeah, I think you're right. This is going to be a massive launch pad for her because, like, it's on the hard courts, which she loves. This is a chance for her to really rack up some points and really kind of get closer and being at the top of the game. I remember 2023. I also called that match. It was weird me sitting down here like 3 years on and I called this same match 3 years ago, and it did
with
feel
Miles,
like
I think.
With Miles and Ashley. And Miles was very much rooting for Sabalenka in that match. And I will be... I think I appreciated this one more watching it. Like the one at the time, I was like, oh, this is really quick. And it's, You know, I'm not seeing loads of long rallies and things like that. This one, I'm like, oh, this was really good. And like, I was seeing a lot of really great tennis, really great winners, 2 players absolutely going for it. I think the 2023 one was a bit more up and down, and then it got super tense towards the end. And I just felt this one was cleaner. Maybe I need to rewatch 2023, but I would edge towards this one as a match.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm edging on just about every category towards the 2023 one.
Storyline-wise, Sabalenka winning that first one, finally getting over the line, slightly better. But I would say as a match, this one.
I thought that one in 2023 was pretty special too. I mean, there was also a lot of twists and turns in that one with so many. I've just had a quick look at the third set, by the way, when I was trying to see what time Sabalenka broke. And I wrote a couple of times, Sabalenka broke at 2-2. No, she didn't. It was just a super lengthy game where she had so many break point opportunities and wasn't able to take it. She broke at 3-3, but then had struggles on her own serve, especially when trying to serve it out. But also the quality was off the charts. And I think just a little better than today, but listen, it's super.
I think the quality of this one was also pretty high, and I would
very high. Yeah, we're talking about me an 8 out of 10 today and a 9 out of 10 then. But listen, it's an. I
think they're both
going to win.
Both 9 out of 10, and this one's going to be in the top 3 conversation in the year.
I think it will be, but that could also be because of a dearth of options right now. I
mean, that's also something we've got to consider. Just certainly with how the last few rounds have gone, where they've just been absolute duds, a lot of them. You know, for this to be as high quality as it is, it's just it kind of maybe elevates our viewpoint of this match potentially.
So that, of course, Elena only dropped 1 set all tournament. That was today because we had a situation where both finalists got to the final without dropping a set. She also beat, listen to this for a roll call, Iga Swiatek in the quarters, Jessica Pegula in the semis, and then Sabalenka in the final. So it's a pretty good roll call, I would suggest. She's won 20 of her last 21 matches, obviously going back to the beginning of the WTA finals. That one loss, did she play Brisbane pre-tournament?
Yes.
And who did she lose to?
Mukova in the quarters.
Mukova. Karolina Mukova, the only person to have beaten Elena Rybakina in the last 3 or 4 months. So she's going to leave Australia ranked number 3 in the world. I still think there's no question about who the best player in the world is, by the way. I mean, the points tell you just how big a gap there is in terms of consistency between Sabalenka and the rest. But as you said, Big Four, well, Coco and Iga need to get it back on the horse, of course, but I dare say they will at some point, particularly when the clay court season is here. In fact, those two will probably be the front runners going into the French Open, or if everything shakes down normally, given their clay court prowess. That doesn't mean that Aryna and Elena can't be making up that semi-final lineup, by the way, and what a juicy semi-final that would be. And we've still not had an Iga Swiatek, Aryna Sabalenka final. Now, I know it didn't get that close at this tournament, but given the fact that they were in the quarters, and they're always in the quarters, every slam pretty much these days, those two in the quarters on opposite sides of the draw, although not at the French last year, which is probably why we didn't get it there, for example. But yeah, anyway, that's probably a topic for another day. Any final thoughts from either of you?
Go on, James.
Final thoughts. Any final thoughts? I'm just very happy that we've had a really strong end to the women's sort of draw with this a really strong match, as you say, going to be certainly a match we're going to be talking about in November or December as one of the matches of the year. Really pleased that Rybakina has going to lose the title of One Slam Wonder. She certainly deserves it. It was certainly looking at her shoes. There's a picture of the Elizabeth Tower, which Big Ben is on there. She's going to have to get a koala bear and then added to a shoe now
I mean, the thing is, just by the way, we until the last 24 hours or so, just a little bit more.
Still is
until
the best. Oh dear.
Go on, James. Sorry, you sort of paused, so I thought I'd jump in, but go on.
My internet died there. Sorry.
Don't worry. Right. Okay. Until the last 24 hours. The best match of was the 1 point slam that Jordan Smith won. That's how lame it was until just over 24 hours ago. Jordan Smith was the highlight of the tournament, winning that 1 point slam. That was just 1 point. But obviously the last 24 hours or so, he's having to take a back seat, I think, in terms of what happened yesterday and also today. And it has saved it, I think, even if we have a dud tomorrow. I think these 2 days have made the and people will remember. They won't remember the rest of the tournament in 5 years from now. They'll just remember that yesterday, I think, probably might well go down as one of the greatest days in slam tennis. I think one that would have rivaled it would have been the US Open of 2020 had we had a crowd. Unfortunately, the women's semi-finals I'm referring to, which were just epic that day. But maybe just the fact that there was no crowd just takes away a little bit of the memory of that. But yeah, any final words from you, Nick?
I had an absolute blast today. I think both players can be really proud of it. We have no notes, not really any notes of like what could have made a difference. It was such a small margin between them. Such great hitting from both. And overall, whilst Aryna Sabalenka taking another step to greatness would have been a cool story, I think Elena Rybakina, becoming a multi-slam champion and ascending to the status that she deserves is probably the better story we could have got. And what a performance she put in to do it. I think this is going to be the highlight of her career, maybe even bigger than that Wimbledon 2022 title so far. Let's see what else it brings. And yeah, similar thoughts as everyone else. This sets us up for a wonderful 2026 season.
Yeah, fingers crossed, and I'm optimistic like you are as well. Guys, I'm going to end the stream if that's all right with you. I hope I'm not hijacking things. Just want to say a big thanks to you two for talking us through the match. You weren't quite the stars in the same way that Sabalenka and Rybakina were, but a close second, I think. You're like the Jordan Smith. You're the Jordan Smith of tennis commentary. All right, guys. Thanks very much, and I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, John. Thanks, James.
Thanks, John.
And for everyone else, you know the drill. Oh, and join us tomorrow for the men's final. See you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.